Dunning Stadium in New Canaan, Connecticut, where your New Canaan Rams are hosting the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons in what should be an incredible matchup tonight. Rams are ranked #1 in FCX, while the Ludlowe Falcons are #5. Welcome to the booth. I'm Henry Lapin, joined by Rob Francione, and we cannot be more excited to bring you guys tonight's matchup. It's going to be incredible play on the field. So, Rob, why don't you tell us a little more about this Rams offense?
Well, New Canaan's offense has looked phenomenal so far through 3 games. Week 1 and 2 against Maloney and Ward was just a statement to the rest of the state. So far, you've had Luke Robinson with 8 touchdowns and 601 passing yards with only 1 interception, which has just been phenomenal so far. That amounts for, I believe, a 131 passer rating, which is just something that we haven't seen out of a New Canaan quarterback since the days of Drew Pine. On the rushing attack, you've got Henry Stein and Hudson Kenny with a mostly split backfield. Both of them have 23 carries on this season, with only 17 yards being the difference between their total yards on the season. And then the passing game is really what's been working best for New Canaan so far. You've got Andrew Esposito with 16 catches for 348 yards, which is just something you don't see out of a New Canaan wide receiver most of the time. And then to complement him, you've got Charlie Koch and Chris Cuesta as your receivers, along with Jake Valente as your tight end.
Yeah, talking about incredible quarterback wide receiver duos for Fairfield Ludlowe, we have Grant Stupak, the quarterback, with 8 touchdown passes, 730 yards, 0 interceptions. That is a 146.5 QPR, and don't worry, he can rush the ball. 61 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. As for his #1 receiving target, it is Justin Toothaker. Incredible name, 14 catches, 310 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And that's not all. He's been seen running and throwing the ball throughout this Ludlowe offense. He's not the only receiver that's making plays. Ryan Menzoni, 9 catches, 141 yards, and 1 touchdown. They have a lot of great receivers, a lot of playmakers on this offense, as well as Ryan Tompkins, the running back, with 14 carries, 72 yards. He's averaging about 5 per carry with 2 touchdowns. So Ludlowe is 3-0 up to this point. Rob, why don't you tell us a little more about their schedule?
Well, Ludlowe so far has looked great this season. They've scored 169 points in 3 games, which amounts for, I believe, 56 points a game, while only allowing 21. However, their strength of schedule has been what the biggest question mark around them. Are they legit? That's what we have to figure out tonight. They won 53-7 versus Norwich Free Academy Week 1. Week 2 was just a blowout, 68-0 against Bridgeport Central, and then last week they won 48-14 against Notre Dame. But this week they're playing their first real opponent of the season in New Canaan, so this will be a big test for them tonight.
Yeah, this Rams defense is going to be struggling to keep up with him, but their challenge, they love the challenge on this defense, led by Ryan Brooks, the junior middle linebacker. He has 22 total tackles on this year, 15 solo, no tackles for loss. Michael Smith, the defensive back, has 17 total tackles. And up front, the big guys, Ryan Francis, number 99, the junior, has 1.5 sacks. Following him in sacks, 2 and 3, Graham Ladley and Ryan Brooks each have 1. But last year's game, it was over by halftime, literally and figuratively. So, Rob, why don't you tell us a little more about last year's matchup?
Well, I was on the sidelines for last week's match for, the entire game. And let me tell you, I have never been more happy to see a football game end at the half. It was miserable out there. You had it raining the entire time. It was freezing cold. And like I said, me and the rest of the guys were just so happy when that game ended. But, I mean, last year, New Canaan just ran it down their throats. Alex Benevento had, I believe, 124 yards on 4 carries and 3 touchdowns, which is just an absurd rushing stat line. Compared to Luke Robinson, Robinson, who only had, I believe, 33 passing yards. He actually had more rushing yards than he did passing, which isn't something that you see from him a lot. This year, I believe it's going to be much different. Ludlow's really got much better offense than they did last year, so I'd expect to see more of a shootout this year than the absolute struggle that we saw from Ludlow last year.
Yeah, we're expecting a great game tonight, but before we start, we're going to cut down to our sideline reporter, John Frieders.
A lot of injuries on this new Canaan Rams team, especially a couple that have been suffered throughout the first couple of the games this season, including Michael Harris, Junior Michael Harris. He'll be out, but his estimated return date is next week. You also have another big injury in Adrian Delicata on the line, who got injured last game at the third quarter, during the third quarter, and so he'll be out for a couple of weeks. And, just this entire team is feeling those injuries. But what didn't struggle, a couple of those injuries were on the defensive side of the ball. What didn't struggle last week was the defense. It was the offense that's got to kick things into gear. It's a perfect weather tonight here on Dunning Field, Saturday, 6 o'clock, perfect fall night. But here's the national anthem. Back to you, Robin Lapin.
Beautiful anthem there, and we are about ready for kickoff here. As John Frieders was talking about, a lot of injuries down at the field. Rob, can you tell us a little more about that?
Well, with New Canaan, next man up has always been a huge part of the culture here, and I think that's going to continue tonight. I mean, we've got guys everywhere that can step up and step into positions. That's what Coach Marinelli has always talked about, and I believe that's just something that's going to become a big factor for the Rams tonight.
Yeah, we saw a lot of key injuries, especially on the offensive line. Adrian Delicata, the starting guard for the Rams, went down in the third quarter of last week's game. Next man up, Rob, you're right. We're going to see how they shuffle around this O-line. We saw Grant Hickey's going to be starting at guard tonight. Brad Butine still at left guard, but Ryan Francis, the defensive tackle, he might get some reps at offensive line. We'll see if he can play both positions. A little bit of Travis Hunter, a little bigger Travis Hunter out there for the Rams. We'll see what they can do, and we'll see how Lou Marinelli plays this offensive line with the injuries.
Something interesting about Michael Smith, who we know is actually who's been going through a hand injury. We actually saw him taking handoffs at running back today during the warm-ups. So it'll be interesting to see if he's kind of used as an Alex Benevento type player in that wildcat formation or in that jumbo package. And speaking of Alex Benevento, we actually saw him here tonight in the stands repping his former team. So this will be a fun game with lots of alumni coming back.
Yep, the USA theme is in style, and the student section is rocking. We heard the national anthem, Star Spangled Banner, well before kickoff, but it is about that time for kickoff at Dunning Stadium.
And to your point, looks like the Rams will be kicking off. Tucker Stevens getting ready.
Yep, the quarterback and the offense for Ludlowe is getting ready. Grant Stupak is ready with the Ludlowe offense to make some noise. Start off, big opening statement drive for Ludlowe. They're trying to prove that their 3-0 schedule is not a fluke. Tucker Stevens setting the ball, 7-step drop, ready to kick it off. The crowd is hype. Everyone is ready for football on this Saturday evening. And we are underway in Dunning Stadium. The kick lands before the goal line, and he's returning it out to the 15. He's out right side. He's got blockers, and he's taken down, still up at the 30-yard line. I thought he was down there. He was swarmed by Rams defenders. Shifty moves out there, and Ludlowe gets the ball in better field position than if they took that fair catch, Rob.
Well, that's going to be something that Coach Stevens and Coach Misk aren't too happy about. They really pride themselves in their ability to knock the opposing kickoff return units down pretty early. But right there, getting it out to the 30-yard line, a bit of a lengthy return. That'll be something that they'll be looking at in the film sheet right there.
Yeah, the Rams are praising special teams here. They've got a great kicker and punter duo with Tucker Stevens and number 15, Persitulo. And we're going to see how this Falcons offense can prove that they are for real in this FCX. And there's movement on the first play, Laundry on the field, and they will back up 5 yards. False start on the offense.
While we're paused right here, I want to go back to a little bit about, talking about this Ludlow schedule. I really don't think that that's something Marinelli's looking at. They're looking pretty well past that. It doesn't matter who they played. They could have been up against Maloney, Darien, or they could have been up against weaker opponents like Ward and Bridgeport Central. It wouldn't matter to them. An opponent's an opponent, and that's just what Coach Silvestri and Coach Marinelli and all of the New Canaan staff is just trying to look at.
Yep. Another stoppage in play here. Chain gain malfunction on the right side of the sideline. Falcons coming out early with trips left side and the running back Ryan Tompkins in the backfield. He's been getting the majority of the snaps at running back. He has the most touchdowns by any running back on this team. And the backup Liam Bond is certain to get some snaps, but it looks like Tompkins getting the lead role here. Takes a snap, hands it off right up the middle, and the Rams there to stop it. Junior Ryan Brooks with the stop, and that's a gain of nothing. Maybe 2 or 3 yards there, but still behind the chains due to that false start to start the game.
Looks like it might be a loss right there, but yeah, I mean, you had a bit of a hole, but I mean, that New Canaan defensive line, it's just really what you're known for, and they're going to patch that up every single time. Now watch at the bottom of your screen, you've got Ryan Leahy on that previous play, you had Leahy on Toothaker. Leahy's big, strong corner, and we'll see if he's going to be pressed up against him man coverage or not, but that'll be a fun matchup to see tonight. Yeah,
of course. We'll see if they even roll safety over the box to help cover Toothaker, who's just been a monster. No one can stop him. Stupnack goes back in the pocket. He rolls out right, and he dumps that downfield, fails down. Flag on the play.
Toothaker wanted that flag. That was Mazza over him. Might have gotten a little bit tangled up right there.
Yeah, that was definitely not intentional. I think their legs might have gotten tangled up there. But no matter what, the launcher's on the field, and the Rams aren't happy. Looks like they picked it. Oh, they did not pick it up. Pass interference on Mazza, and first down Falcons.
Yep. Fan base is bickering about that one.
Yep. Ludlowe now at the 45-yard line, and giving up field position that easily is something the Rams cannot afford to do. Last week, Masick started with the ball almost every time in Rams territory. It only ended up in one touchdown pretty much, but that's something they cannot afford to do. Trips left again for the Falcons, and that's Liam Bonds in the backfield now. He gets the ball, runs right side. He's got blockers. He's got a hole. He's down to the 6. He's down for a gain of 6 there to the other side of the field.
Well, up there, that was a bit of a halfback sweep play, and I mean, it all starts on those outside runs with the blocking on the outside from the receivers, and there you had Toothaker up against Mazza. Mazza's a smaller corner, so it's going to be easier to be blocking him. Nothing at his skill as a corner, but it's simple math, simple science. It's going to be easier to block some of those smaller guys. And they were able to get a gain of 6 right there. That's always a great gain. I'd say 4 yards each first down is a great play, fundamental for success on each drive. Yeah,
Stupak kept his eyes downfield, not letting know his run. This time it's a pass. He throws right downfield to Toothaker and just out of the reach of him. Number 21 in coverage, that is Connor Mazza back there, and that was great coverage there. He blanketed him, that throw just a little over the top, and that's going to be 3rd down for Falcons early.
Well, on that play, we saw the ball released pretty early right there, and you know why? That's because of the pressure that Coach Marinelli was so fond of when we talked to him yesterday. Getting guys home is going to be the main factor in stopping such a dynamic duo, and right there, that really looked like it impacted the throw right there.
That's not the only factor in this game. The student section is loud. They're trying to make it as hard for the Falcons offense to hear the play calls. We'll see if it results. It already had one false start. This time they run it on 3rd down. That's Ryan Tompkins, and he is short of the sticks. It's going to be about a 4th and 3 there for the Falcons. We'll see what they decide to do. Looks like the offense is staying out there. Or early statement.
That was the sophomore Jack Kroll on that shoestring tackle right there, and that might have just saved the drive for them. Well, let's see how this fourth down goes. Was that 4th and 4? 4th and 3?
4th and 3 on the opposite side of the field. They're trying to make a statement early, and as for being aggressive, we know Coach Manelli is going to remain aggressive when they're on attack. We saw a fake punt from them last week. We'll get more into that next time the Rams have the ball. But 4th and 3, a big play here to start off this game. Stupak looks right, throws right downfield to Toothaker. That one overthrown. Great coverage by Mazza, and that forces an early turnover by the Rams.
I got to say, I was actually surprised they ran a play there. I mean, I heard Coach Nugent above us yelling, stay onside, because sometimes what you're going to do, you're just going to try to draw them offside, get an easy first down if it's within, 4th and 5. But that wasn't the case there. It took a shot downfield to Toothaker, didn't go their way, and now the Rams have got pretty good field positioning right by midfield.
Yeah, the Rams could not have a worse start on offense last week. Second play from scrimmage, it was a fumble 6, and it might have been a play action, might have been an RPO. We don't know. The play never developed. But Coach Manelli did not like that preaching ball security, and the offense led by quarterback Luke Robinson is out there. He hands the ball off to, he doesn't, play action, and caught by Esposito towards the middle of the field.
Well, there's right away, we've got a pass completed to Espo, who was relatively quiet last week, only had 4 catches for 27 yards. Good to see that he's already getting involved for a 9-yard pickup on first down. Yeah,
the Rams hurrying back up to the line. They have trips right, and they do hand it off to Hudson this time. He finds a hole. That's up for a gain of 6. Trucks through a Falcons defender, but that's a great run. And like you're talking about, Hudson Kenny getting the majority of the carries now, possibly, with Stein having some little ball security issues. That's only the second play of the game, but Hudson Kenny getting both carries. We'll see how they use this running back room.
Well, there you had all the linemen pulling left, just trying to block downfield. And, I mean, keep running that play to Hudson. I think we're going to see him explode out for a big gain tonight.
I hope so. Robinson hands it off to Kenny again. He's got another good gain, trucking through defenders, and he's down at the 31-yard line. It's going to be a second and short there. We'll see. Second and short is a place where a lot of teams take a shot, right, Rob?
I mean, it's hard to say because this is one of those fundamental teams with New Canaan, but it's so far this season, I'd say that New Canaan's actually been relatively unpredictable because that passing game is really what's been standing out as opposed to the running game from seasons prior. But I think here, keep it on the ground, stay safe, don't really try to take shots.
Yeah, we have spread offense. 5 receivers on the field. Looking back, getting some audibles from the Rams sideline. Robinson looks right. It's a quick pass to Esposito. He's got blockers. He's upfield to the 15, to the 10. He's going down the goal line, down at the 5-yard line. Incredible play by Andrew Esposito, making man miss. Great blocking out there by the Rams, and they have got it quickly into the red zone, Rob.
I got to say, that was a pretty interesting decision right there by Esposito to cut inside of Cuesta's block. Because Cuesta threw a nice block. He had I didn't see what number that was, but him choosing to go where the blocker was as opposed to around Cuesta's back, I mean, it ended up working out, but that's not something your coach did. But Esposito's one of those guys who can make something out of nothing.
Esposito almost hit one of those Kenny Pickett fake slides there. We saw him go to one knee, hop back right up, and got a gain of 10 on there. Now, red zone offense is what pretty much killed the Rams last week. They were very unsuccessful running the ball in the red zone. Coach Manelli took full responsibility of that. We'll see if they can change it up here. It's a quick pass to number 15, and he's down for a gain of nothing. Great tackling there by the Falcons defender.
Simon Chekarov brought him back as tight end. I figured that they were just going to keep him back as back on the defense, but no, he's going back to his roots. Sophomore year, and I believe a little bit last year, they had him as tight end, but really got big, started to make that switch to outside linebacker, and now it looks like he's being subbed off.
Rams have both running backs on the field right now.
I think we'll see a little bit of jumbo.
Oh, yeah. That's a staple of this Rams offense.
Oh, well, now Chekarov's back in.
In the I formation here. Stein as a fullback. Hudson in the backfield. They hand it to him. He's up. Gain of nothing. He's still on his feet. Falcons defender drag him down for a gain of 1 or 2.
I mean, that's just a bunch of guys up front, and if you don't have any holes there, that's just what's going to happen. You're only going to get one. You'd be lucky to get 1 or 2 yards each time.
Yeah, this Rams offensive line is going to be tested big here. And as I'm saying that, Ryan France is checking into the game on this offensive line. As we were saying earlier, he mainly plays nose tackle for this defense, but Coach Manelli said we could see him on this offensive line, and that's a big man to have out there. If I'm a running back, I want him as my lead blocker, nobody else.
I think we've seen a pass here. We've got 3 receivers out there, including a tight end with Simon.
Yep, Hudson Kenny to Robinson's right. Takes a snap. He keeps it, rolls right. He's got a man open. Valente into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams!
I think that was Chekarov, actually. He had him coming
My
over
apologies.
behind the line.
Incredible play by the Rams there. Robinson fakes the handoff. He rolls to his right. He gets a man open, and it is Simon Chekarov for a touchdown for the Rams. What a way to start out the drive after last week's pretty bad offensive performance. They come out here with a statement, and it was an incredible play here.
Check
What is this formation?
Check this
Yeah.
formation out. I remember we practiced this a couple times last year.
We have Jackson Crowell to the right of Larry, and they audible it around. He's now a tight end, and they are kicking the field goal. Maybe trying to get a little personnel advantage here, a little more corners on the defense, but it's going to be Tucker Stevens for the extra point try. Kick is up, and it is good. 7-0 Rams lead after one drive.
Well, I got to say, we ran where we motioned everybody in. We actually got someone off sides last year. I forget what team that was, but that's actually one of a motive to get a team off sides, maybe even get closer, take a 2-point try. But, I mean, love those disciplines, so they didn't fall for that. But, hey, you get the extra point. Taking you back to that touchdown, yeah, you motioned Simon Chekarov over from tight end. Maybe he was there as a wing, but I'm pretty sure he was set as a tight end. Motion him over, and those throws on the run are very popular with Nugent and the Canaan offense, and that's just what you're going to rely on most of the time.
Yeah, we're going to see a replay of that in a second. Rob, why don't you break us through that one more time?
Yeah, check it out. You fake the handoff to Kenny. I mean, Larry's just looking at Simon Chekarov the entire time, reaches out, extends over the pylon, and what do you know? He's in.
Yeah, incredible play. He got laid out by one of the Falcons defenders. That was number 3, Justin Toothaker. Like I said, he was more than just a receiver. He's going to play out there. He might be covering Esposito for the Rams. So we could see number 1 wide receiver and corners just guarding each other all day.
I believe he's actually one of 9 players on Ludlow's team that plays both ways.
Wow.
So let's see if fatigue has any factor in this game.
Athletic team. Rams kicking off once again. Ludlow's got 2 men back, Toothaker and number 1 back there. He kicks it right side. He's taking it out. He gets the ball at the 5. He's out to the 10. No blockers downfield. He's pushed out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Great play by number 14 for the Rams. That is Andrew Esposito. He's making plays everywhere on the field, Rob.
Yeah, I mean, he's just one of those guys. I think a little bit of a shocker there. We were wondering who's going to step into that Alex Benevento role. Would it be Michael Smith? Would it be James McInerney? No, it's been really, it's really been Andrew Esposito so far. We figured that he'd primarily stick to wide receiver, but no, he's making plays on defense. And then, hey, he just made a play on special teams there, shoving Ryan Manazzi out of bounds.
Falcons hoping to get to where they were last time, but that 4th down, that was a critical play by the Rams, and they threw the ball incomplete to Toothaker. They've targeted him 3 times already. We'll see what they do this drive. They hand it off to Tompkins. Play action, actually. Caught by number 22 over the middle of the field.
It's Timmy O'Neill. Yeah, that was more pressure right there from the New Canaan line. I believe you had 5 or 6 guys rushing. And hey, if no one's open, take your first option, that quick slant down the field, pick up 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah,
first down, actually.
We're seeing.
Yeah, that was a great catch right there by Timmy O'Neill. Snagging it.
Yep, move those chains. Falcons are coming out early with this RPO type play. They have 2 running backs in the backfield now. They're stealing New Canaan's playbook, it looks like. A lot of backs back there. They hand it off to number 3, Toothaker, stuck behind the line. Ryan Francis gets on top. Ryan Brooks as well. They stop him for a loss of yards and an extra tackle for loss for both of those defenders.
Well, that looks like confusion right there with the quarterback and the running back who took the handoff. I believe the running back was actually supposed to take the ball on the other side. He was supposed to go around him. That because you had Stupak handed off to his right side. But I mean, hey, if you got all that confusion, then that's what's going to happen. It's actually going to wind up as a loss of a couple yards. In the 2022 Turkey Bowl, we actually had a play like that. I believe it was a triple option, or it might have been like a triple handoff or something, where Ty Groff had to keep the ball because the running back didn't take it, and we actually managed to get a first down off of that play.
Yep, 2nd and 13. Stupak looks right. He's rolling out right, throws. Oh, still on his feet. Number 15 makes the tackle for the Rams. That is number 15, Simon Chekarov. He just got a touchdown, and he just recorded a huge sack for this Rams.
Big game for him already. Looks like he wasn't really trying to. He thought the ball was going to get released, so he wasn't trying to get a roughing the passer call on him.
That's this new age of football. If you hit the quarterback as soon as that ball is released, it's going to be a flag. And that ended up just pushing him another 2 or 3 yards back, and he just got a longer sack there.
Shane Wortenby and Grayson Ladley just subbed off, meaning they're bringing in some extra defensive backs.
Yep, 3rd and 28. We do see a lot of teams run it here, especially so far backed up into your own run zone. It's going to be Liam Bond's in the backfield to Stupak's left. We'll see if it's a long play or something. Stupak throws right. It is to Bond. Falls down. He's got blockers, and he's out to the 30-yard line, 31. It's not going to be a first down, but it is gives your punter a little more room to work with on this punt. It's going to be about 4th and 9 there.
Well, I know Leahy fell down, but he actually did his job by containing Bond in the inside of the field, not letting him get to that sideline.
Yeah, Leahy didn't look great, but he did his job there, Rob. You're right. And out to return this kick, it's Benny Heagle out there to return punts for the Rams.
Last week they had Henry Stein out there, but after he muffed that punt, maybe the coaches started to reconsider who they'd have out returning those kicks, returning those punts.
Yeah,
so Benny's he's a shifty player. I mean, last year he was one of those guys. We always would have him run zig routes, and he was just incredible.
Ooh, that was a bad punt. That's out before the 50-yard line, and the Rams will get ball in Falcons field position once again.
I know Coach Misko's happy with that one.
Oh yeah, that ball just came off the foot wrong of the punter. Number 15, Michael Morano, and that one came off the side of the foot, and Rams get ball in Falcons territory once again.
I think for this drive, you just got to stick with how you were doing last time. Really just split between running, split between the passes.
Yeah,
that's really your key to success.
That's what Coach Magnoli was saying in his interview. There's no running or passing game that's going to be dominating this game.
Exactly. Hopefully
the Falcons play what the Rams saw them in film. And mid-game adjustments are going to be huge for the Rams. That's what Coach Marinelli was preaching in his pregame interview.
Yeah, you just can't be predictable. Can't get predictable, especially in that second half.
Hudson Kenny to Robinson's left. He's out for a route. Robinson throws right downfield, and that is incomplete. Toothaker on blanket coverage. Yeah, for Chris Cuesta out there for the Rams. That ball just a little overthrown to the inside. Cuesta couldn't really get a shot on that. I was surprised Toothaker didn't go for the ball more. I don't know if he saw that out of the hands initially.
Well, that was a design pass play by Robinson, or design play to Cuesta, who Robinson took a shot at the end of that play. He was looking at Cuesta that entire time, and unfortunately just couldn't get the ball to him.
Yep, Hudson back in the backfield to Robinson's right. We see Valente out there in the slot. They hand it to Hudson. It's a fumble. They jump on the ball, and it's Falcons football. Number 58, Leighton to Thomas, hops on the football, and deja vu for the Rams. Another fumble recovered by the defense. Well, this is just something you can't afford to happen.
At least this one wasn't taken back for 6 there, partner.
Yeah.
Huh? Well, it's unfortunate, but not the worst field position. I think the Rams defense can possibly even force them to punt the ball again.
Oh, yeah. Falcons had it first down around this area and went for a 4th down and failed. Falcons hoping they can change the script here. Toothaker somehow still on the field. I feel like he's played every snap on both sides of the ball today. He's actually in the backfield here next to Liam Tompkins and the quarterback, Grant Stupak.
So we're joking about that Travis Hunter type play style, huh?
No. Stupak keeps the ball. He throws to Toothaker. He makes a man miss, and he's keep going to the gain of 8. Stupak was looking downfield, but there was blanket coverage by the Rams there. We saw that quarters flat defense. The defensive backs did not turn their back to the quarterback. Stupak didn't have any room to run, so we dumped it down to Toothaker.
Yeah, great improv right there.
Mm-hmm.
Could have elected to hand the ball off right there to Tompkins. Didn't see anything he liked because, like we said, that New Canaan defensive line is just going to fill up any hole right away.
Ryan Tompkins with the ball, and that's first down Falcons. Gain of 3 right there, out to the 40-yard line.
It wasn't much, but it was enough.
Yep.
That previous play really set them up well.
First time the Falcons have been on the other side of the field, and they're trying to make it stick, try to get one in the end zone. Answer back from this early Rams touchdown.
Still got that backfield right over there.
Seems like they're copying some of the Rams' old field. We haven't seen that from the Rams yet today much. Toothaker in motion once again at the bottom of your screen. Stupak fumbles the ball, and Falcons recover it. Number 23 hops on the ball. That's Liam Bond, the running back, but fumbleitis, it's spreading to both teams' sidelines here.
Yeah, both teams have to be more careful with the ball. I mean, you can't just be letting the ball go. You have to make sure that it's out of your hands and into the hands of your person that you're handing it off to before you can actually, look away, take your eyes off the ball. Because, hey, as we saw for New Canaan, it could result in the other team getting the ball back.
Yeah, it looks like Bond tried to hold on to the ball. Stupak tried to pull that ball away, make it an RPO, maybe throw it to Toothaker on that screen pass, or maybe throw it downfield. But Liam Bond, he wanted that carry. He did not want to let go of that football there.
Yeah, I think Bond was hungry there.
Yep. Bond in the backfield. Stupak looks right, throws right to Toothaker. Diving grab for the first down.
What a
Incredible catch. It's actually going to be a little short of the first down. It's going to be third and about maybe half a ball length there.
So far we've seen Toothakers, he's been able to get a great amount of separation. Not too much, but hey, with Stupak, looks like he, for the most part, has been able to really fit balls in there to really be able to thread the needle. Right there we saw just got a step off of Mazza, was able to get around the backside and was able to lay out for it. And hey, what do you know?
Yeah, the last and short, the Falcons ran it for a first down, getting a yard there. We'll see if they continue that narrative, run it for another first down here. Stupak, false start, I believe. False start Falcons, that moves it back. That is a crusher. You had, it was actually first down for that play. So it's going to be 1st and 15 for the Falcons. It's not going to be a 3rd and 6.
You think that's going to be a bit of a momentum swing right there?
Oh, yeah. That gets them out of field goal range. The student section is hyped. Absolutely a momentum changer. And I think they're thinking they caused that false start. And, it's a tough environment. They probably outnumbered the Ludlowe student section about 20-1, that ratio. But it's been a rough start for this Falcons offense besides a few big plays. Stupak throws left. It's caught. Dropped, actually. Is that a fumble? Rams fall on the ball.
I don't think he made a football move right there. Yeah, that was Jake Palladino. I mean, he was coming in on that in route. Never really got the ball tight. It was a little bit thrown a little behind him. Yeah, looked a little bit behind him. Took his eyes off the ball, and you just can't start running until you've got that ball secured.
Yeah, he heard footsteps from Michael Smith back there, and he did not want to take that hit. He made a business decision there and dropped the football. It's going to be 2nd and 15 late in this first quarter. Quarter's winding down. A lot of run plays taking time off this clock, but the Falcons trying to move the ball into the field goal range before this quarter runs out. 2nd and 15. Stupak with Tompkins in the backfield, right to him. He looks right, rolls right, and he throws it downfield. Was that caught by Toothaker?
I believe so. They're signaling.
What a catch. Wow. Oh, my God. Hopefully we can get a replay of that. I don't know how we got any feet in bounds there.
Well, you had that pressure coming in from that front, Will Sullivan and Simon Chekarov, and that forced Stupak to roll out. I mean, they've just they've talked about it. They've got great chemistry, and we're going to throw it down to John Frieders for a sideline report.
John?
Quarter that was for the new Canaan Rams offense. They definitely struggled a little bit, which is uncharacteristic. They did score that one touchdown, but they had that turnover, right, where they fumbled the ball. That was Robinson handing it off to Hudson Kenny. He fumbled, but the way they scored the touchdown was definitely pretty interesting because Robinson rolled out of the pocket, then found Simon Chekarov, who you normally see on defense, but he came in the set in the offensive play, then ended up catching a touchdown. So you saw New Canaan definitely go to the playbook, kind of mix things up, figure out, add in a little bit more size, and they finally converted, scored 7 points, and that's a good start for the New Canaan Rams offense. We'll see if they can build on that. And on the Ludlowe side, Grant Stupak, quarterback, has got to figure out some other options other than Toothaker, who's averaging 116 yards per game in the air. He just has to find other people, though. So, Lathan, Rob, back to you.
It's a great first half by the Rams there. And as the Falcons get the ball, they are moving into the red zone of the Rams. Field flips. They're at the 29-yard line. And Falcons trying to put one in the end zone, get some points on the board here. We see 2 receivers to each side. Rams look like they're sending the house here. We'll see if they do, if it's a bluff.
I saw a jump from Will Sullivan there.
Stupak climbs the pocket. He's got room to run. He's out to the 20. He's out to the 15, 10. He's down at the 5-yard line, pushed out of bounds by number 29 for the Rams. That is.
Well, there's that running ability you were talking about, that Stupak there, partner. Pocket collapsed. He just decided to step up, take off, and he was even able to evade a tackle by, I believe that was Jack Kroll, the sophomore cornerback there.
Yeah, like I said, Stupak has 61 rushing yards on the year up until this game, 2 touchdowns. He's definitely mobile, and we saw it there. He ran past a couple Rams defenders before being pushed out at the 5-yard line. And jumbo package, a lot of big men on the field for the Falcons and the Rams. We'll see how this plays out. Direct snap to Bond. He's looking for a hole. He bounces to the left side of the scrimmage, and he's down at what looks like the 2 or 3 yard line. But Bond found a hole. He managed to get an extra 1 or 2 yards there, Rob.
Yeah, that jumbo package remind you of anybody?
Oh, yeah. This looks like an Iowa game at this moment. Low scoring, a lot of defense.
Yeah, let's see if Ludlowe's able to have success in the red zone. I mean, as we saw New Canaan last week, that was their biggest flaw.
Yep.
I mean, yes, and just like New Canaan, they're going to be aggressive here. I think they're going to stay in that jumbo package.
Ludlowe has been good rushing the ball when they only need a yard or 2. It looks like it'll be another direct snap to Bond. It is. He runs to the right side. He gets the edge, and he is in for a touchdown. Falcons get on the board. 6-7 extra point pending. Rob, great run by Bond to get to the outside, get around that corner of those Ram defenders, and he is in for a touchdown.
Well, I mean, yeah, usually with that jumbo package, you see they just run it straight up the middle, try to who's stronger, who can beat who can outlast who. But right there, we see Bond decide to bounce it to the outside, and there's not going to be anybody out there other than maybe a cornerback. Then, hey, go for it. Try to punch it in, try to reach over the pylon, and that's what worked. And now you got Ludlowe trying to do what New Canaan did earlier.
Yeah, I mean, I think both teams are calling plays from the same sheet here. A lot of jumbo package, a lot of trickery on these extra points so far, but it looks like the lefty kicker, number 15 for the Falcons, is going to kick that one up. Michael Morano, good, and that ball is gone into the woods, tied at 7, Rams and Falcons, minute into the second half. We're going to see a replay of that touchdown here. Rob, break us through it one more time.
Well, like you see, yeah, Bond, he decides that he doesn't want to take that inside, so he decides to just cut it into the pylon. I wasn't even sure if he got over it at first, but...
Yeah, an incredible block by Sebastian Guzman for the Falcons. He took down 2 Rams defenders there, and he just paved the way for Bond to find the end zone. Rams are going to have to answer here, and Rams offense came out hot. They had a great opening drive, and this is the first time they're actually going to kick off in this game. Minute into the second quarter, Rams are going to have to get on the board here. Now, Rob, was this first quarter what you expected? Pretty low scoring, 1 touchdown for each team so far.
I mean, I'd say for a high school game, first quarter, for basically the first quarter, both teams having a score on the board, that's pretty impressive, especially in Canadian football. So I think we still a lot of football left to be played. I think we're going to see a lot more offense come out. And I mean, yeah, it's hard to match up against that New Canaan defense, but when you've got that momentum, especially after a fumble recovery, Ludlowe's going to be able to capitalize.
Yep. We see Michael Smith down at the right side and James McElmarry on the left side of this kick return. A lot of speed back there, a lot of grit, and we'll see who can take this one out.
Yeah, we talked to Coach Marinelli about James McInerney. He's really returning back to the lineup this week after missing most of the season with a shoulder injury.
Squib kick by the Falcons, and the Rams get incredible field position there. I don't know if that was a missed kick or he just decided thought he saw something there, but that ball went straight into the Rams' hands. That was Will Sullivan there, and the Rams get the ball almost at midfield. I'd love to hear what the kicker was thinking there.
Well, in that position right there on the return unit, you've always got a linebacker there. This time it was Will Sullivan who returned it for a couple yards. Last year, and I believe the year before, you had Ryan Barnard in that position who played in the same spot as Sullivan on this defense. And he actually racked up a pretty good amount of yards over his high school career, so just by recovering either muffed kicks, bad kicks, or just squib kicks.
Esposito with the quick screen pass. He makes a man miss, but he's down for a gain of nothing. Big number 54 for the Falcons. That is the star linebacker Cooper Seek, and he seeked down Andrew Esposito there. Heat-seeking missile. Gain of nothing on that screen pass. Robinson, we're going to see if the long passing game becomes more of an option for him. A lot of screen passes, a lot of RPOs there, but we'll see if he tries to spread the field to him. Robinson looks right. Another quick pass. Caught by Esposito. Fumbled. Esposito hops on it, and that's a catch.
I don't think he had possession of that ever. I think he was bobbling that the entire time. Going back to the last screenplay, I mean, you had Bennett Hegel and Charlie Koch. Looked like they might have missed their blocks, which is why those 2 Ludlowe defensive backs were able to crash down so fast.
1 point lead, no points for you, Rob. They're calling that a catch right
now. Wow. I can't doubt the man. Espo's got great hands.
athletic freak, varsity basketball player. He can probably dunk. Robinson looks left. He climbs the pocket, and he is sacked by the Falcons defenders, brought down at the 44-yard line by number 58 for the Falcons. We keep calling his name. It's Leighton DeThomas, just an incredible player.
Well, there's that difference in quarterback play. Robinson, he's usually going to be looking to see if he can find any last-minute player he can check it down to, just get the ball out. Whereas Stupak, what he'll do, he'll step up in the pocket if the pocket starts to collapse, and that's probably what Robinson should have done that time.
Yep, that is the 5th tackle for loss for the linebacker there, and the Rams 2nd and 14, 5 wide once again. Robinson takes a snap. He looks left. He's trying to load up. He runs out to the right. He throws it over the middle, and that's caught by Mazza. He's still going down to the 25.
Well, you've got a flag in the backfield. I'm wondering if this is going to be holding. Yeah, you saw Chris Cuesta was open the entire time in that middle field. I was waiting for Robinson to get it down to him, but he eventually did. But let's see what this call is.
Cuesta, my apologies. Laundra on the field, and it looks like it's going to be holding on the Rams offense. Wow.
That's just a killer.
Yep. Back him up instead of 20 yards upfield, and that's just drive killer.
Hey, you know who that was that spun down Cuesta? That was Toothaker.
Once again, he hasn't missed a snap. He's just Travis Hunter. Yeah, refs misspelled the ball there. It's going to be 2nd and 24 for the Rams. Looks like the ref thought it was a 5-yard penalty. But we see in the backfield, Henry Stein now getting what I think is his first snap as an actual running back here. Koch in motion. Robinson looks left over the middle, and that's intercepted by the linebacker. He made a man miss. He's down at the 49-yard line. Once again, Cooper the heat-seeking missile interception in Rams territory.
Well, Grant Hickey, the guard, filling in for the injured Kieran Whartonby, he was able to make that tackle, and that's because last season he played primarily as a defensive back, so he's been trained to make tackles like that. But yeah, that's just a bad read by Luke Robinson. Now, thrown over the middle, didn't see Cooper Seek. I believe he was looking for Quest, who was coming over on a drag route.
Now, Rob, I might have to trademark the name Heat-Seeking Missile for Cooper Seek. That was just an incredible read there.
Yeah, no, that was a good call of you.
Worked that out, trucked his own man, and then spun down at the Rams' 49-yard line. Falcons getting the ball. 9-10 left in this quarter. Getting the ball in Rams territory once again. Hands the ball off to Bond, fakes it, and that's incomplete. A lot of contact there in the middle of the field, but no flags. Laundry stays in the ref's pocket, and that drops to the floor. Incomplete.
I know it was incomplete, but that was a good decision by Stupak right there to keep the ball, because if he was to hand that ball off to, I believe that was Liam Bond, then, I mean, that was just going to get blown up in his face for a loss of 3-4 yards. I mean, hey, it might be risky to throw the ball with so much pressure coming down in your face, but if the ball hits the ground, it's actually, saving you a couple yards.
Yep. Stupak's made pretty much. He hasn't made no bad decisions so far today. That QBR, like I talked about, 146, that kind of talks about it. QBR, the main quarterback stat. Rams sending a lot of pressure there. Stupak climbs the pocket, dumps it incomplete to Bond, and he got slammed. Bringing the boom for the Rams. It's number 28, Jackson Crowell. Body slams into the ground. This is WWE right there.
Well, I was wondering if Ryan Bricks was going to get the tip right there, trying to catch that pass, but hits the ground, and I mean that's going to be a big stamp for that New Canaan defense. They're going to feel confident going into this 3rd and long.
Yep. Student section rocking. Stadium pulse #1 right now. It's 3rd and long for the Falcons. 3rd and 10. We'll see what Stupak and his offense, mainly Toothaker. We haven't seen him getting the ball on offense in a while. We'll see if they get him the ball here. He looks his way, throws downfield to #1, and it is dropped.
Oh no!
For the Falcons, that is Ryan Menozzi, the number 2 or 3 receiver for this Falcons offense. That was a sure touchdown, I believe, Rob, and that falls incomplete. Rams, whatever play they said before that play, it worked. That ball harmlessly falling incomplete, Rob.
I mean, I don't think you can place that ball much better if you're Grant Stupak. And wow, are they keeping them out for 4th and 10?
Like you were talking earlier, could be a dummy snap here. We'll see what they do. Everyone's checking their wristband.
Yeah, they're going to be throwing the ball here.
We see Mazza. He's been one-on-one this 2nd quarter with Toothaker. We'll see if this is a dummy snap. Rams not going to jump off sides. You cannot afford that here. They do snap it. Looks right. Intercepted by the Rams. Mazza going the other way. He makes a man miss. He's at the 50, 45, 40. He's got blockers to the 35, 30. Will he go all the way? Pushed out of bounds at the 12-yard line for the Rams. What a turnover.
Yeah, so you're giving me chills over here. I mean, in that situation, if you're Grant Stupak, you're starting to get a little nervous. You're not feeling as confident. You got pressure coming down in your face. You're just going to try to force it downfield, try to get that first down. But, hey, Connor Mazza is right there. He's got that experience. He's been playing. He's been on this field since he was a sophomore.
See this replay, Rob. And was that catchable? Can't really see there.
A little hard to tell, but, I mean, Mazza, he'll be there every single time.
Toothaker stopped that route a little early. Looks like if he had gone, looks like it was a little sail route by him. If he had kept that going another yard or two downfield, looks like that's in his hands for a first down. But overthrown, Mazza, the key senior here. He's been incredible the past couple of years for the Rams, and he takes one into the red zone for the Rams. They got to take this opportunity, Rams.
I mean, now you've got to be feeling confident if you're Luke Robinson and the rest of this offense.
Robinson throws it over the middle. That is incomplete. He targeted number 5 for the Rams. That is Chris Cuesta.
I got to say, I'm surprised there was no PI called there on Toothaker. Yeah. He was all over him. Looked like he was on top of him.
Yep, looked like a piggyback rod there, but no flag, no laundry on the field, and Rams fight another down here. Second and 10 here. Play clock, 8:37 left in this half. We see Stein getting in the backfield now with, is that number 11?
Yeah, Brooksy as fullback.
And Stein carrying a defender on his back down to the 5-yard line.
I mean, he's just one of those strong guys. He will be able to drag. I talked about it in the scrimmage against Greenwich a couple weeks ago. He's going to be able to carry guys like that for an extra couple of yards.
Yeah, that was incredible. That was an incredible run there. And Ryan Brooks seemingly getting another snap there. The star linebacker for the Rams, the junior, looks like he's playing a little bit of a fullback role here.
Yeah, Brooks was making a great block. That was part of the reason why Stein was able to get that hole.
Everyone loves a fullback in football, Rob.
Everyone needs a fullback in football.
Henry Stein, once again, he's going for a gain of 1 or 2 there. Not much, but that should be enough for the first down for the Rams.
Sideline's motion for a first down.
So the referees.
So they're going to give it to him.
First and goal for the Rams at the 4-yard line. We'll see, are they going to keep running it up the middle with this fullback set, or could you maybe throw a fade to your star playmaker, Esposito?
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep, keep running. Maybe see a counter. Ryan Brooks lined up as a tight end now. We have 12 personnel out there. It's a handoff to Stein going the other way. He is in for a touchdown. Wide open lane. Incredible run there. Incredible play design by Coach Marinelli. And Stein puts the Rams on top. 13-7, extra point pending, Rob.
Well, I got to shout out my receivers there. That was great blocking by Andrew Esposito in the end zone right there. He was up against Ryan Manazzi. I mean, he never had a chance of getting to Stein, and that's the reason why he was able to outrun them on the edge and get into the end zone.
Yeah, Esposito, not only a great playmaker, he's a distraction. If you see him on defense, you got to put a guy or 2 on him at all times. Rams lining up in this weird formation. Line motion's over. It's going to be a normal extra point for Tucker Stevens there.
I got to say, the way that these teams keep on running that into their extra points, you think that's just part of the game.
Yep. Till it isn't. Maybe it's a fake at one point. Snap, hold, kick is up. It is good, and someone's car just got hit. The Rams up 14-7 on the Falcons. A bad drive for the Falcons last time. It ended with a questionable call. 4th and 10 on the other side of the field, and you are going for it. Ended up with the interception into the hands of Connor Mazza. Rams trying to force another turnover, build this lead even bigger going into half. 7:40 on the clock right now. No timeouts being used, Rob. We saw a couple penalties for the Falcons. Thought they would have used one to get something together.
Well, now if you're Coach Ross and Stupak, you got to wonder, are you going to stay aggressive on these long downs, or have you lost confidence entirely?
I don't think they've lost confidence.
Drive? You can't lose confidence.
Not this
especially
early.
This early, yeah.
And you've been great all season. It's not like this is that's his first, and that's Stupak's first interception. That's now an 8-to-1 ratio there, and I don't think that's anything. Maybe just a little miscommunication between him and Toothaker, but I think Coach Ross for the Falcons, he's not rattled, and I think he's trying to make sure none of his players are either.
I think the New Canaan defense is going to be proud of that, given Stupak his first pick of the season.
Oh, yep. That's a medal that they will wear for the rest of the season. Give him his first interception. Rams hoping it's not his last of this game. Stevens kicks it off. That one's going to wind up short of the end zone. Menezzo for the Falcons returns it. He's got blockers out to the 30, down at the 32-yard line. Sorry, 27-yard line.
It was Mikey Hiraman with that big hit on Manazi. And part of that kickoff, that's what's been, hammered into your brain since freshman year, staying in your lane, not letting anything get open. Because if you stay in lanes of about 5 yards, 7 yards intervals, I believe it's 7-yard intervals, that's what's just going to really force them to stay in one spot, and that helps you get there faster, not allowing anything to break open.
Yep. Falcons trying to right the ship of their last couple drives. Touchdown on the opening drive, but nothing since. We saw the interception. We saw the turnovers. 2 turnovers this game. They're going to try to fix that here. Falcons, 2 players in the backfield. Toothaker and the running back for the Falcons, Ryan Tompkins. See if they motion Toothaker like they normally do.
You got Timmy O'Neill down at receiver, who I believe had the pick earlier in the game.
Yep. Tompkins misses the ball and incomplete over the middle of the field. Great coverage by the Rams. That's Michael Smith, the defensive back. He's got a club hand, and he uses that to knock the ball out of the receiver's arms there.
I was wondering if we were going to see another interception right there by Smith.
Yep. Hard to catch it. He's when you got one hand open.
Oh, please, believe me. If you're one of these guys, that's hardly stopping you.
Who's that NFL player born with one hand?
Shaquem Griffin.
Shaquem Griffin. I wonder if he ever got an interception at UCF or wherever he played in the NFL, out of the league now, but that was an incredible story. Michael Smith, maybe a Walmart version of him there. Stupak, he's got trips left. Tompkins in the backfield. He looks left. Looks right, back over the middle of the field. Defender coming down, and that is
Ball's out.
Ball's out. Recovered by the Rams. It's Mazda again. Turnover machine. And the Rams just destroyed the standard. Stupak didn't see it coming. He got blindsided.
That was Mikey Hiraman who came in behind him and was able to really get that first pressure on him. And I think you might have had Bo Salert, or maybe that was Andrew Esposito who came in and really put the boom on him.
We'll see a replay of that soon, but oh my God, Stupak did not see it coming. Completely blindsided there.
Yeah, check this out. You got Hiraman. He's able to get off his block. He's chasing him down, and then boom, out of nowhere. No, that was Jack Kroll who came out and just brought the hammer on him. He brought the boom, didn't he?
He certainly did. Bring the boom.
That's what we do.
This is Stein in the backfield to Robinson's right. O-line remaining the same throughout most of the game. No Ryan Francis. He hands it off to Stein, who makes a man miss, makes another man miss down at the 14-yard line.
Great cuts right there. Took that up the, I believe that was the B gap.
Great block. The Rams' offensive line was a question going into this one, but for the majority of the part, they have played very well.
Exactly. They haven't really let up any mistakes yet.
No.
I mean, even that fumble, that wasn't on them. That was just a dropped handout. That was a fumbled exchange.
Yeah, maybe a RPO play action there. We can see later. But 2 receivers to each side. Tight end on the right. Koch in motion. He hands it off to Stein again, who makes a man miss. Still on his feet. Dragged down for a gain of nothing. Back at the 15-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd and 5 in the red zone for the Rams.
Right now for your matchups, you've got Manazi over Esposito, and you've got Toothaker over Cuesta. I wonder if we're going to see, is Koch in there? Yeah, I wonder if Koch is going to become a factor right now. Check it down, on a hitch or a slant route. Try to just pick up that first down. I say don't take a shot at the end zone. Just try to get that first down, reset, and then see where you are from there. And hey, you're already up 7. Take the field goal if that's a lot
of one-on-one matchups here. Robinson fakes the snap, fakes the pitch, and that is incomplete to Valente. The quarterback turned tight end. That throw just a little in front of him, and the Rams are going to have to settle for 3 points here.
Well, he brought Koch in motion, kind of similar to what we saw to that Chekarov touchdown we had earlier in the game. But it looked like Koch was going to be blocking that entire time, wasn't going to go out for a pass. And, I mean, Robinson was able to get all the way to Valente.
Yeah, the fake pitch by Robinson, that might have taken off a little bit of his time to throw. Maybe didn't have his fingers on the laces there. Personnel issues for the Rams.
Francis comes in for Chekarov.
Yep. Stevens, this is about a 35-yard kick. He's been great up to this point. We'll see. Snap, hold, kick is up. Kick is good. Another car alarm being set off there. Tucker Stevens gets it to a 2-possession lead for the Rams. Middle of this second quarter, exactly 6 minutes to go. Falcons got to answer here if they want a chance going into the second half.
Well, so far through this game, we've seen that New Canaan offense for the most part that we talked about earlier in the game, but I mean, Ludlowe's, they've really, aside from that second drive, we've yet to see much out of them.
Yeah, time of possession seemingly being dominated by the Rams there. And as you were talking about, the short passing game for the Rams has been mainly on point. We have not seen a lot of deep passes besides earlier in that first drive, but it's been dinking and dunking all the way downfield. It's been working for the Rams so far. Robinson has not stretched the field using that big arm of his, and I think the Rams are happy to keep that going. Defense has been doing a phenomenal job for the Rams. That's nothing new. They've been incredible all year. They really let up one touchdown last game, and that was when the Masick offense started with I believe it within the 30-yard line.
Well, traditionally, New Canaan, most of their big plays come on the ground, so I wouldn't really be expecting to see a lot of big passing plays. I mean, last week, even when things were looking grim, you had a 27-yard completion to Charlie Koch over the head of a Masick defender, which was just, I mean, that was a showcase of
potential. Just mossed him. Masick defender, you got mossed.
I was sitting there on my couch watching. I was sick last week, but I was surprised. I stood up and I was like, wow.
Wishing that was you?
I mean, obviously, who doesn't wish that was them, you know?
I'm making those plays in Madden all day, every day. Steven's going to kick this one away. 6 minutes on the clock. Falcons trying to get something going. Kick to the left side of the field. It's Menzoni. He's going to take this one out. He's out to the 15, gets blockers to the 20, cuts to the left side, and he's taken down. He's still on his feet up to the 30-yard line. Wow, don't know how he stayed up there, but 10 yards of extra field position before taking that, if he took that fair catch there. But Rams defense going to have to step up once again here.
Yeah, it was impressive by the New Canaan or the Ludlowe special teams to keep him on his feet, push him for an extra 5-6 yards.
I don't think we've seen a fair catch yet. A lot of pink for the Ludlowe defenders out there. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Hopefully get a little 2000s NFL action with those pink arm sleeves and gloves. Liam Bond fakes the handoff, and Toothaker runs up the middle. That's a gain of 5 yards. Toothaker lined up as the quarterback there. That's something we talked about pregame. He's been known to throw the ball and run the ball. He runs it there as the quarterback for that play, and that's a gain of 5 yards, Rob.
That's incredible ball carrying vision right there.
Yeah.
I mean, they just didn't look like there was anything, but he found every little intricate hole he could.
Stupak back at his regular position at quarterback. Don't know if he was lined up as a receiver or something there. Toothaker, those neon green cleats. Hard to miss him at the bottom of your screen now. Mazza one-on-one with him. Mazza, I'd say he's been winning the battle. Toothaker made one incredible sideline catch for a couple of yards earlier, but Stupak hands off the ball to Liam Bond, and he is going nowhere. Looks like a gain of 1 there. It was the Rams defender, Michael Hiraman. He dragged him down by the jersey.
Yeah, Hiraman was tugging him back, keeping him from getting upfield, and I mean that just gave him enough time for the rest of the defense to get there and stop him. You had Shane Wortenby and Simon Chekarov in there.
It's going to be a 3rd down early in this drive for the Falcons. Looks like about a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, and complicated play call. They haven't even set up yet. Two receivers to each side. Toothaker on the bottom of your screen. Stupak looks right early to Toothaker. He's got a 1st down and more. Slides down at the 49. Business decision, sliding down near the 50-yard line. And you're right. Here he is. That's his first big play of the game, at least in the 2nd quarter.
That was a little Tyler Lockett-esque.
Mm-hmm. Save your body down at the 45-yard line. I think that was Stupak's only read there. I don't know if he even looked at another receiver.
Some plays you just want your big-time receivers.
Yep. Daniel Jones does that, and that pisses me off. Stupak hands the ball up to Tompkins for a gain of 2 or 3 there.
I almost thought the ball's going to come out there.
Yep.
Looked like there was a bit of a punch.
3:46 on this clock. And Rob, I think if you're the Falcons, you just want to run out the rest of this clock and end the drive with a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to give the ball back to New Canaan, especially when New Canaan, I believe, gets the ball back at the half. Is that right?
Yes, New Canaan does start with the ball.
Yeah, so try to cut this deficit down to maybe 3, hopefully 3.
Yeah, at least
the very
possession.
least, 7 points.
Clock still running, 3:20.
Yeah, like I said, that dink and dunk offense style.
Yep. We got Trips left, Toothaker to the right. Liam Bond to the right of Stupak in the backfield. Stupak looks right, throws right downfield. Toothaker through the hands. That's not something you see often. Mazza a little behind him. Toothaker, he's going to be mad at himself for that one, Rob.
Well, I mean, that ball looked a little bit behind him, but Toothaker, he's saying that's on me. He knows that he's one of those guys where ball hits his hands, he thinks that he should have caught that.
Yep, and that was right between both hands.
Could the ball have been thrown a bit more to the right and towards the sideline? Yeah, yes, of course. But I mean, that's something that Toothaker's got to come down with, and he knows it.
Stupak got to climb the pocket there. Wasn't the cleanest pocket. The Rams have been getting solid pressure on him. They haven't brought him down much this game, but good pressure by the internal of this Rams offensive line, and they're trying to keep it up here. 3rd and 7 for the Rams.
Marinelli's game plan's working.
Yep, of course. And timeout Falcons. First timeout of this game so far, and both teams are going to be happy to give their players a little break here. You know who I think is especially excited about this break? Toothaker. I don't know if he's seen the bench yet. He's been on the sideline for not even play. Rams haven't punted, and he's been out there for every kick return.
Yeah, he'll be eager to get some fluids in him there.
Oh, yeah. 3 IVs in the arm out once in halftime, you know.
Jessica Linetti, Dr. Harrison Pierce, the late Art Brown, and New Canaan's one and only Major League Baseball player, Kirk Casale of the San Francisco Giants.
A lot of stars in the audience tonight for the Rams. So, Rob, if you are Coach Ross for the Falcons, what do you do here? 3rd and 7. Do you target Toothaker? He just had a drop, but what do you do here, Rob?
Well, Coach Ross, he's talked about trying to spread the offense out across the entire field, not just trying to limit it to one guy in Toothaker. I think you got to pass it here. Who that goes to, I'm not sure, because you saw, I believe it was Manazi who had that drop earlier. I think you still got to trust him, because you still can't just be targeting Toothaker, who, if you ask me, like you said, has been losing this battle against Mazza. I think you just got to rely on your guys here, and like you said, they've got trips left out here, so I think we can expect a pass, especially on 3rd down.
Palladino, Ramzi Atta, and Ryan Minozzi to the left side of this ball. Bond in the backfield. Stupak, designed quarterback run. He's moving up the line of scrimmage out to the 49-yard line, but he's got nothing there. Is that the design play, Rob?
Well, I mean, there's that aggressive pressure that came in there, so no, I believe the pocket collapsed, and he was just trying to get up there. I think that was the sophomore lineman, maybe not, I'm not sure who that was, but it looked like he threw down one of his linemen just trying to pick up that first down. Yep. That might have been Brady Morrison. Felt bad for him because he's at the bottom of that pile.
Going for it once again. The Rams called a timeout after. Oh, they did not call a timeout. But the Falcons going for it. 4th and 5 here. Will it be a dummy snap?
I think you got to punt.
They snap it. Stupak climbs the pocket. He looks left, fakes it, and he's brought down for a sack. The Rams get there. It's Will Sullivan to start the tackle.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that play call right there. No. You got to punt it. I mean, because if it hits the fan, I mean, you're stuck at your you get the ball to New Canaan in your own territory. That's just a silly play call, and that's gonna be the reason that Ludlowe goes into halftime with a 10-point deficit, or maybe even more, because you've just given them a golden opportunity to strike back and get more points on the board.
Yeah, that's at least a 40-yard play right there. If you punt it, hopefully their Rams are back in their own 10, 5-yard line.
Well,
but
I'm not sure if that's a lack of trust in the punter after the
the muff.
After that. Well, after that bad punt earlier in the game, but if you can just force that ball downfield, that just makes it harder for New Canaan.
Quick pass to Koch. He makes a man miss, cuts to the inside, down at the other side of the 45-yard line.
Well, Esposito threw a great block on Ramzi Atta right there. That was able to give Koch a couple extra yards.
Stein, I've seen him a lot more than Hudson Kenny in this game recently. Since the second quarter started, I don't know if we've seen Kenny out there at all.
Well, maybe at the end of this game, it will be more of a split backfield like we saw, or like we heard from Coach Marinelli.
Stein, just a gain of 2 or 3 there. It's going to be a long 3rd down for the Rams. No timeout by the Falcons there. This is interesting. No timeout. Is this just a lack of trust in the defense here?
I am honestly a little bit baffled by some of the decisions that are being taken here by the Ludlowe coaching staff, but they've got a plan. We'll just have to see if it gets enacted.
Management looks like me in Madden. It's not pretty out there, guys. So it's going to be a 3rd and 6 for the Rams here. Stein in the backfield, Valente in the wing, Koch in motion behind the quarterback. Robinson fakes the handoff downfield to Esposito, sliding grab at the 28-yard line.
And you've got New Canaan's offense. They're hurrying up. They're just trying to get some more points on the board before the half. Take as much of that minute and change as you can.
So I guess Ross kind of proved us wrong. Maybe smart play to not call the timeout. Clock keeps running. Stein gets the ball. He's pushed up.
Now you got to call timeout. Call timeout. Is that it?
No
Clock is
timeout.
still running.
3 timeouts for the Rams, 2 for the Falcons. No one using anything right now. Are they settling for 3 here, maybe? Robinson takes a snap. He looks left, throws left. Koch makes a man miss, makes another man miss. He's down, out of bounds at the 7-yard line. Got 30 seconds on the clock. It's 1st and goal. Three end zone shots possibly.
Hey, might as well. I mean, what, you're inside the 10-yard line? Okay, you're on the 13-yard line.
13,
but
wow.
You're right there. And, I mean, that play right there, we saw a lot of that type of those hitch routes, those short little routes to Charlie Koch on the final drive of that massive game last week. And I was wondering if that's going to be something we see for the rest of the season. And, yeah, so far it looks like it.
So I think Robinson is being told by Sideline, do not take a sack. That is the one thing that could just take them out of field goal range and maybe run off the rest of the clock. Stein gets the handoff, tries to go around the line of scrimmage. He makes a man miss. He's at the 10. He's down at the 9-yard line, out of bounds. Clock will stop. 21-8 on the clock.
Amazed. He was able to actually, get a couple positive yards there.
So we're going to get an interview with Connor Mazza at the end of this first half. We'll be interested to hear his thoughts going through that interception. But right now, the Rams focused on the goal line. 1st and goal from the 9-yard line.
I think we see a motion here from Valente. Yep, there you go.
Great call, Rob. You're like Tony Romo.
Tell me about it.
Robinson looks left, throws across. Touchdown, Rams. Charlie Koch with a touchdown. 23-7 Rams, extra point pending. Great ability by Robinson to run to one side of the field. Trusts his arm to throw cross body for a touchdown, Rob.
Well, there's your nightmare scenario for Ludlowe. You don't punt the ball, make it a longer field for them. That's what's going to happen. They're going to put another touchdown on your heads. And, I mean, that's just it. That's what's going to happen. If you can't make those late quarter, late half decisions, that's what's going to happen.
No trickery on this lineup for the PAT. That one's good. We're going to see a replay of that touchdown here, Rob. And that was
I called that a motion by Valente, but I believe you had Koch lined up on the left side, and that's called a leak right there. You have Koch, he leaks over from the other side. He's supposed to be unsuspecting, kind of hiding down below the other defenders coming in. And, I mean, they ran that with Espo last year versus Maloney, I believe, and he actually ran into the official, which kind of wiped that away. But when it works and you don't run into official, that's what happens. You get a great play right there. And, I mean, honestly, that's something you could run anywhere on the field. You could run it on the 50-yard line, you could run it on the 30, or you could run it from the 5. And that's what they elected to do right there.
How does defense not see Koch? He's extremely tall, Rob. Seems like he might have been punching down,
maybe it's
crawling
the
down.
sophomore skinny build.
Yep. Now, if you're the Falcons, I think you're expecting to just maybe run out the rest of this clock. You have 2 timeouts. Unless something special happens on this return, I think you're content to just go into half. 16 seconds on the clock, and unless an incredible turn, and hey, Toothaker back there, who knows what could happen. Ryan Minozzi to the other side.
Well, no matter what happens, it'll at least be a better first half for the Falcons than last year, that's for sure.
Yep. And the game won't be over in 16.6 seconds, unlike last year. Stevens kicks this one away. It's a little squib kick, not recovered by anyone, and they get it down at the 27-yard line. That's an interesting move there.
Smart by Jake Palzino to go down, trying to give the offense just a little bit more time. That did shave off just over 2 seconds, but smart by him to go down before anyone got to him.
Yeah, I thought one of the guys further up could have gotten the ball, maybe gotten the ball closer to the 40, but I guess I would have taken a little too much time off the clock. So
well, you don't want to make any mistakes, especially with how much your back is up against the wall right now.
But we'll see. Stupak, he's got a strong arm. Toothaker obviously got that incredible speed. We'll see if they try anything dangerous here, but just cannot have a turnover. You cannot give any more points to the Rams. No more advantages for this home team. Student section's rocking for the Rams. The other side's looking a little dead on the Ludlowe student section, but they're trying to get something before this half. You see 3 deep safeties for the Rams.
Yeah, you got James McInerney, Michael Smith, and I believe that's Blake Schwartz at the top of your screen there. And
Quick
they're gonna
pass, and that
didn't hit the ground? Okay, okay, there we go.
Maybe they're hoping that was backwards, would have been like a fumble, but that one
definitely a
pass.
forward pass.
Yeah.
They're not slick.
And that shaves off a couple seconds, 10 on the clock. USA chants coming from the bomb squad, and that's just stuff you'd love to hear. Rob, you love America?
God bless America.
Yes, sir. Falcons, 10 on the clock. We'll see if they, doesn't look like they're taking a knee. They're not going to concede it. Could see another screen pass to the right side of the field. Trips right. Tompkins in the backfield, receiver to the far side.
Just can't throw a pick.
Nope. And another screen pass. This one caught by Minozzi, and he's brought out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
No, he's in. That clock's going to run.
And
they've got a timeout.
Not going to use it, Rob. That's going to be the half. So, incredible half here by the Rams. They made a statement, and we're going to send it down to John Frieders in just a moment, who's going to interview with Connor Mazza. John?
Thank you, Robin Lapin, and I'm here with senior captain Connor Mazza. Mazza, what an impressive first half it was from that entire defense, but you locking up Toothaker. Talk to me a little bit about that approach in defending a guy like Toothaker.
Oh, you know, the whole week we've been practicing. We know the route combos. When the guy's outside and numbers in between the hashes, they're always going to run a little mid-curl, post-mid-curl. So we've been just practicing that whole week. I mean, Coach Sylvester stressed a lot the routes they go to, like wheels and whatnot.
Yeah, and then talk about that momentum boost that you got from your big interception. You returned it pretty far down the field as well, put your team in scoring position, and then Stein rushed it in. Talk to me about that momentum that was built from your defensive play.
Yeah, absolutely. It was great. I mean, we just got a penalty. The offense turned over the ball, and it was just a great way to return the momentum and get the ball rolling.
Perfect. Thank you, Connor Mazza.
Thank you.
Great talking to you. Have a good second half, and good luck to you guys. Thank you. And thank you, Henry and Rob. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, John, and thank you, Connor Mazza, for letting us take that interview. So, Rob, what are your thoughts?
Hell yeah!
Well, I mean, that was just an incredible half by New Canaan right there. And if you're Ludlowe, I mean, if your back's over against the wall pretty hard, I mean, you just got to regroup. You're giving the ball to New Canaan, so you got to come out and make a stop on defense first. That's the first thing you got to do. Then, I mean, you just got to get anything going. I mean, just try to stay conservative. Don't really try to make any risky plays. Because, I mean, I think if you make 1 or 2 turnovers, this game's probably going to be coming out of reach pretty soon.
Yep. So, Rob, that wraps it up for our first half coverage here. It's been a great half. Rams dominated at home. I think that's what some of us expected. Of course, what Coach Marinelli expected. But that's going to be it for us. We'll see you at the start of the second half. Thank you.
Water and Gatorade. This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commission, residential, and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. Platinum sponsor, Frangio Engineering. Planning on putting a pool or addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangio Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni, Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet, have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist you with all of your automotive needs. Platinum sponsor Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands and welcome the New Canaan community to their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams. Platinum sponsor Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company, serving all of Fairfield County. Platinum sponsor Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's market has supported NC Rams athletics and your entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We'd also like to thank our gold sponsor, Performance Optimal Health, who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes in their 2023-2024 seasons. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams.
If you want to stay updated on all our Rams sports, please follow us on Instagram and Twitter at NCTV78. And in order to watch our bi-weekly broadcasts, live streams of the NCHS sports, and our podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel, also at NCTV78. Thank you, and let's go Rams!
Rams are up 24-7 on the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons, and it's night. The lights are out. The bomb squad's gone for New Canaan. That could be an issue. We'll see if the false starts for the Falcons go away. Their bomb squad's still here. They don't have anywhere to go at the moment. But it's been a great game so far. Rob, what do you think?
Well, yeah, our bomb squad might not be in this game, but Ludlowe, I mean, hey, they still very well could be there. I mean, they're only down 17 points right now. We've seen crazier things here, I'd say. I mean, New Canaan, what they have to do, they really just have to keep the foot in the gas. That's what Marinelli's going to be talking about, or would have been talking about in that locker room. And, yeah, just not making mistakes or shooting themselves in the foot, as Coach Marinelli would say. And that's really the game. That's got to be the game plan. Split carries with Hudson and Stein. Keep it on the ground. Keep it through the air. Just got to stay unpredictable. Stay 50-50 for the most part.
Yeah, the Rams' defense has been great so far. They allowed an opening drive touchdown for the Falcons, but since then they have been locked down. We, of course, saw Connor Mazza with the interception, and it's just been incredible for this Rams defense. They've been getting pressure on Stupak, and John Frisch is, of course, going to talk about more of this offense, but the Rams defense, I'd love to give a shout-out to the interior of this O-line, led by, of course, big number 99, Ryan Francis. He probably looks up after Vince Wilfork, but that's a great guy to look up to. And he's been swallowing the run. He's been great. Stupak has climbed the pocket once for a game, but it's been great. So, Rob, do you think the Rams defense can keep it up for the second half?
Yeah, I really think so. I mean, I think that if you're Ludlowe, you haven't lost all confidence, but you're starting to kind of fizzle out. It's getting a little, worrisome for you, but that's really the main thing that the defense is going to be going after. They're going to be attacking that confidence, and I think they're going to do a great job of doing so.
Yep, foot on the gas. Coach Manelli, he doesn't want to let another loss escape him. And, of course, much better half than what they had last time, but before we start the second half, we're going to send it down to John Frieders on the sideline. John?
Thank you, Ryan and Rob. Thank you, Henry and Rob. My apologies. For the second half, right, Ludlowe find themselves down 17-7, and a big part of that is they just haven't been able to establish their offense, right? You see, quarterback just hasn't been able to find other opportunities other than Toothacre. Stupak's got to find other options, whether it's wide receiver, whether it's handing the ball off. Also, establishing the run game is going to be key in this second half for the Ludlowe offense. To establish that run game, then take some of the pressure off the passing game, so then he can find his players. But Connor Mazza has been on lockdown on Toothacre this entire night. So he's definitely got a tough task in Stupak, so we'll see what happens with that Ludlowe offense. But on the Rams side, they just need to keep on doing what they're doing. It would be good to see Robinson throw the ball a little bit more, kind of get the ball. He had a pass to Koch at the end of that first half, which was a touchdown. So great job. We'll see what happens with New Canaan. Henry, Rob, back to you guys.
Thank you, John. As the officials walk by, it is Officials Appreciation Night, and they have done an incredible job as the Rams come back on the field, running out for the second half. They were looking to put this one to bed early in the second half.
Yeah, you've got Ludlowe on their side of the field, just trying to get back into rhythm, get back into the swing of things.
Yep, the expressions on the sideline say it all. A lot of sulking for this Falcons sideline on the other side of us, but they know they can make plays. We've seen a couple big plays from them, a couple chunk plays, but they've just not put it together for a touchdown drive since the opening. Not even a scoring drive. They haven't trusted their punter, which has put them in tough situations on 4th and long. That's given the Rams perfect opportunities at the 50-yard line and even more further into Falcons territory to score touchdowns.
Well, you were talking about that New Canaan defensive line, and adding on to that, Stupak, he had that big pocket escape where he ran it, and that was what that set up their one and only touchdown. I think that if they're going to have any type of success later in this game, what he needs to do is be able to recognize that blitz is coming early, so that if he needs to escape that pocket, he will be able to do so and slip out for a good chunk of yardage. Because right now the passing game, for the most part, really isn't working, combined with drops and just blanket defense by the secondary.
Yeah, Toothacre. I mean, we talked to Coach Manelli about him. He said he's not scared of Toothacre. They faced great receivers in the past, and he said, Toothacre, not a problem. And he's been right so far. They've blanketed him. He just had one great toe tap catch on the right side, 30-yard line. But besides that, it's been drops, quick screen passes, nothing big for Toothacre. They've taken him out of the equation on offense. The running game for Ludlowe, it's been split between Tompkins and Bond. Seems like Tompkins is getting the majority of the carries, but a few times Bond has touched the ball. It's looked pretty good. Rams huddle led by their coach, Chris Silvestri, as they are going to receive this kick. Now, if you're the Falcons, Rob, what do you need to do to get back in this game right now?
Well, like I said, I think that the main part is it all starts with Stubach being able to recognize whether or not the blitz is coming, and if he's able to do so, he needs to be able to get out of that pocket if it collapses.
Yeah, you're right, Rob.
We saw that, New Canaan's defense, they've been great all year. They've only allowed 34 points so far, now 41 with the 7 coming from tonight. And so far it looks like Ludlowe's just becoming another number into that statistic.
Yeah, Rob, we were talking about it. Was Ludlowe's 3-0 record a fluke? But it looks like contenders to pretenders. They are pretenders in this. Averaging 56 points a game, they got to get to double digits first before they even think about that. But lefty kicker for Falcons, number 15. Marinano is about to kick off, and the second half is about to be underway, Rob. Another squib kick for the Falcons. This one covered by the Rams. Up to the 30, 35, down at the just in front of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Great job by the Rams return man, Michael Smith there.
Well, I don't think that Ludlowe, they're going to be a fluke team. Yes, I believe that they're an excellent football team, but I mean, their biggest issue is, getting past big teams such as your Darians, your New Canaans, and last year I believe they weren't really able to get past. They weren't able to defeat Darien, Wilton, or New Canaan, and they just missed out in the Class L playoffs because of that. They weren't able to earn enough points by beating those big teams, and that's going to be something that they're going to have to overcome. And I mean, after tonight, that might be something that you really reset on after you go up to other schools.
Yep, the Rams running game for a gain of nothing. Henry Stein on the carry there. And he's been getting a lot of the carries since that first quarter. He's been doing great. He had that great touchdown run to the left side of the line of scrimmage. And he's getting the ball right here. Second and 11 early in this drive for the Rams. Robinson hands it off to Stein once again. He finds a hole to the left side and dragged down by the linebacker of the Falcons. Big number 54, Cooper Seek. I mean, just incredible nickname. The heat-seeking missile found another one. Tackle for loss there. That's a loss of 3. I mean, Seek's everywhere.
Good job by Stein holding on to the ball, especially after last week.
Yep. Ball security preached this week in practice for the Rams. The Rams have Hudson Kenny in the backfield for this play. And it's 2 receivers to each side. Stein motions to Robinson's left. Robinson looks right, over the middle, downfield, and overthrown. He was trying to find Chris Cuesta there, but safety and Toothaker on coverage. Ball was just overthrown, and no one got the ball. It falls harmlessly, and this could be the Rams' first punt of the game, Rob.
Well, there's that stop that we were talking about on defense. This is where it all starts, by stopping New Canaan on their first possession of the second half. Now what Ludlowe's got to do, they have to get any points that they can possibly can. Field goal doesn't hurt them because they still got plenty of time left in this game. But yeah, ideally you get that touchdown and you try to narrow that deficit.
Yep, got to execute off these bad plays by the Rams. And Bennett Pertasulo is going to get his name called for the first time as a punter. The first time the Rams have punted in tonight's game.
Of course, see a fake punt.
I don't
Especially
know.
after last week.
If any coach would, it would be Marinelli. Not a fake. This one, great punt. Turnover ball, caught by Toothaker at the 30 and dragged down. No, he's not. He's still on his feet. Now he's not at the 31-yard line. Rams secured the ball after that.
That gunner was that was Trey Walker, who's normally he's one of the better tacklers on this New Canaan team.
Fly downfield.
Oh, really? He's been one of those better special teams players for the past 2 years. Normally he's going to be able to finish that tackle, drag him to the ground, but that time, no, he's always going to be one of those first guys down there, and no matter what, he will give the defense time to catch up to the ball carrier.
Toothaker just a shifty wide receiver there. Really gritty guy. And Falcons offense going to have to get something going. They had a good first quarter. We saw a couple mistakes, fumble, turnover, but it's Tompkins in the backfield to the left of Stupak. Looks right, thrown over the middle of the field to number 5 for the Falcons, and that's Otto Ramsey for a gain of 7 yards.
Great call right there. Just get a quick, manageable little play. It sets up a short little second down, and that's really what you got to see from Ludlowe opening up this quarter. Just can't be attacking them too much. You got to stay confident by completing those short little passes.
Ramsey Otto with a great grab there. Name that really flows off the tongue. Ramsey Otto. And Stupak hands the ball. No, he doesn't. Play fake to number 1. That's Menzoni, and he's down at the other side of the field, making a couple Rams miss there at the 47-yard line now of the Rams.
And now we're starting to see a little bit of life from Ludlowe. They're starting to spread the ball out a little more. I mean, their first 2 passes, they haven't gone to Toothaker. None of them have been to Toothaker. That was Ada on the first play, and then you had Minozzi.
Yeah, Falcons are trying to get in a rhythm here in the second half, and once they get in a rhythm, who knows what they can do. It seems like every time they start, it was 1 step forward, 2 step backwards for this Falcons offense in that first half, especially with that fumble that gave the Rams one of their touchdowns. Stupak throws it out to Bond. He's got blockers, goes to the outside, and that's a gain of 2 yards out to the 45-yard line. Dragged out of bounds by Michael Smith. He's everywhere for this Rams defense right now.
We had Ramsey Ada, he was blocking all the way to the sideline, and he was throwing good blocks, but defenders like Grayson Ladd, they were able to get there in time to stop him.
Second 8 for this Falcons offense. You have trips to the right. Palladino on an island to the left. Stupak throws right, and that's caught by Minozzi for a first down Falcons.
That was a snag route right there. He was just able to sit down in space, and that's what you're taught to do as a receiver. As soon as you find space, sit down, and right there he was able to get past the chains, and that's one of those routes that really bring you out to do. I mean, especially New Canaan, that's something that we have in our playbook. So that good play call right there, and I think that so far, Ludlowe's, they've made great halftime adjustments, especially on offense.
We'll see when it gets to 4th down what those play calls are going to be. That was, of course, a big storyline in the first half, but hopefully they don't get to 4th down. That's what the coach is hoping.
Well, that's what the story's been so far in this drive.
Could see a screen to the left side here. Interesting formation. And it's a little short route. Yep. Gain of pretty much nothing for the Falcons. That's Timmy O'Neill with the grab there.
Short little speed out. I'll tell you, New Canaan, what New Canaan did a lot last year, the outside guys, especially to the non-play call side, what they just have them running speed outs as a little option. There, though, you had, I believe, he came in from the slot to run that speed out. And hey, he's open. Just get the ball to him for a quick little 2-3 yards.
Yep. Toothaker, he's been on an island with Connor Mazza, and since that interception, there has not been a lot of targets to him, including that drop. And that's a high pass to number 5 for the Falcons. Makes a man miss down at the 21-yard line. For the Falcons, that's Ramsey Ada. Just an incredible play there by him, making a man miss. That throw looked like a little lob pass to the outside there, and he just made a man miss. No one near him when he caught that ball.
My goodness, yeah, what a move that was by Ada right there. I mean, made Mazza look like he was sliding into second.
Yep.
And, I mean, so far, we haven't seen a single run play on this entire drive, have we, Enter?
No, I don't believe so. Just checkdowns and
that's right on cue.
There you called it.
Liam even Bond that
makes
works.
A man miss down at the 6-yard line.
Ball carried by Liam Bond.
Liam Bond making a Rams defender miss out there. That was just an incredible play.
I believe that was Blake Schwartz, who's a little inexperienced in that secondary, but that'll definitely be a lesson right there.
You know, I think the Falcons are watching maybe a little prime Dante Hall, prime Saquon Barkley highlights at half. I mean, they're making men miss left and right, and we're going to see. I think it's Liam Bond's going to take a direct snap here.
A little confusion. Is that not 12 men?
Guess not, Rob. And Bond takes to the left side, and he's swarmed down by the Rams defenders. Great play there. Great play there by the Rams. It's Brendan Wells making a tackle there.
I'm a little surprised to bring out that jumbo package right there, especially with New Canaan, New Canaan, they are very well prepared for that, especially going against their own jumbo package in practice. So I think you just got to stick with the passing attack because that's really what's been cutting New Canaan open on this drive especially. I mean, you're almost down to halfway through the third quarter.
Yep.
I wonder if even now,
looks like Toothaker is going to take the snap here, and he does. He rolls out to the left side. He cuts up the middle, and he's dragged down by the Rams. Bringing the boom. It's Michael Smith.
That was like a Jalen Ramsey type tackle.
Yep. Except there's no fight after the play with Rams.
Yeah. Well, New Canaan's more disciplined than that.
Yeah. Not trying to get a fine or anything. And it's 3rd and goal for the Falcons. They have the ball at the 8-yard line, and they've just been running jumbo. Stupak hasn't seen a snap in the red zone the past 2 plays. It's just been Bond and Toothaker. Looks like the Rams are a little outnumbered on that far side. You got trips, and as soon as I say that, they correct it. Stupak, see what he does here. Throws over the middle. It is caught down at the 1-yard line. Well, we talked about 4th down being a huge storyline for the Falcons as Ryan Tompkins makes a grab, but they're going to kick it.
Stupak looked a little hesitant to throw that ball. I mean, he kind of took it back for a second, then forced that ball right into Tompkins. Normally, sometimes that's a mistake by quarterbacks. I mean, I've seen Caleb Williams make a lot of those during his short NFL career, but he's able to get that ball in there, shorten the field, and are they going to be kicking it?
This would be unbelievable if they did kick it. It does not look like they will. It's going to be Liam Bond taking the snap here. A lot of big men. Toothaker might be his first snap not on the field, but Liam Bond, let's see if he can push it in for a touchdown. He goes left side. He is in for a touchdown. Falcons strike 1 back on the Rams. It is going to be 13-24. Rams still up, extra point pending.
Welcome back to the game, Ludlowe.
Yep. They just introduced themselves back into it. And the Ludlowe student section, it's small, but they're loud right now, much louder than the empty New Canaan Rams student section at the moment. Big extra point here, Rob. This makes it just a touchdown and field goal. Easy 2-possession drive if they knock this through. Kicker's been great all day. I don't expect a miss here. And announcer Jinx doesn't get him there.
Yeah, I was about to say.
14-24, 4:33 left in the 3rd quarter. Now, New Canaan, do you think they start even thinking about the clock, maybe trying to take a little time off, or are they just trying to score and try to put this one to bed, Rob?
Well, with this run game, I don't really think that the clock's an issue here because, I mean, the run game's just been working. I don't even think that's what they should be thinking about. They should just be trying to pick up first downs because that's what the run game's been doing. So,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
For the Rams back, it's Michael Smith and James McElmarry. Thank you for the kicker for Falcons. You just kick it line drive at Michael Smith, who's got that club hand. Seems like either kick.
Okay. Maybe see another Will Sullivan return.
Yeah. The kicks from the Falcons have been either close to the end zone or just 10-yard split kick. We'll see which card they choose to play here.
Well, think about these 2 guys back here, Michael Smith and James McInerney. They've seen the likes of Griffin Gettner, Cooper Smith, Alex Benevento, Brandon Hagan. They've been dangerous returners for New Canaan in the past 2 years, and they've really been inspired by them, and that's probably why you're not really attacking them as much because they know, or Ludlowe knows, how explosive they can be after sitting behind guys like them for so long.
God, remember that kick return by Benevento in the Turkey Bowl last year?
Do I?
Incredible.
Roll to the end zone.
He's going to return that.
Interesting.
Oh. And it is a touchback.
Did he have his foot in the end zone?
We will see right here, Rob. Surprised he even wanted to take that back at all. Seems like he would have lost a lot of yards there.
Yeah, I'm sure Marinelli looked at the left foot was in there. I'm sure Marinelli and Miska were pretty happy that that foot was the case.
Rams trotting out for their 2nd drive of this half. And we're going to see Stein in the backfield.
Now New Canaan, I mean, now you got to start worrying about, is Ludlowe going to make a comeback? So at the very least, you got to take some time off the clock.
And
can't 3 and out here.
Put Ludlowe in a bad field position. Stein up the middle, gaining nothing.
Yeah, Ludlowe D-line kind of flipping the script. They were the ones who were really able to, fill in that hole.
Yeah, it seems like New Canaan's running game has been more effective going to the outside.
Now, James McInerney is subbing in to the game, which is what we talked to Marinelli about yesterday. And he told us that we could expect to see a lot more of him through the first half. I don't think that was really the case, but hey, now we're starting to see him sub in as the X receiver at the top of your screen.
Yeah, he's an exciting guy to watch. Him, Koch, and Esposito, incredible receiving core out there. Koch in motion.
I mean, so much potential out of these 4 guys.
Yep. Robinson, a little dip and dunk screen pass to Stein, and great tackle by the Falcons. It's number 54. You know his name by now. It's Cooper Seek. He's seeking missile. He was on Stein that entire play, and it's a gain of nothing.
You're really liking that nickname, huh?
I love it.
It's like Gus Johnson.
I'm going to trademark it.
It's like Gus Johnson in the Maserati Marv,
yeah. My Maserati Marv. He's seeking
the
missile.
Don.
The Don. Yeah. Now it's going to be a 3rd down and 5 for this Rams offense. We haven't seen Robinson stretch the field in a while. McInerney subbed out, I believe. We'll see if they do it here. Robinson keeps the ball. He looks left. Stein wide
There he
open.
is.
He's crossing the field. He's at the 50, 45, makes a man miss. He's 2 down. He's at the 30, 25,
Wow.
20. He's tackled down at the
Are you kidding me?
15-yard line. Henry Stein puts his mark on this game.
What a play by Stein right there. He made those 2 defenders crash into each other. It looked like the Minneapolis Miracle right there.
Incredible play design by Coach Murnelli.
I feel like the wheel route isn't really something you see at New Canaan most of the time these days, but I mean right there, that's gets the job done.
I mean I love a good wheel route, Rob. Running back just sneaks out to the sideline.
All-time great route right there.
Wide
Rob.
open. Whoever developed that route needs an award. And it's a flag on the Falcons, I believe.
Whoops, indeed.
Offsides. Wow. Haven't seen a lot of penalties today.
Yeah, unlike that Dallas, New York Thursday night football game.
Ooh. Don't get me started, Rob.
Well, Al Michaels already voiced his opinions on that one.
Yeah, I don't need to. Hudson Kenny in the backfield. Henry Stein might be needing the oxygen tank after that long run. Man, made 2 defenders miss. That was incredible. Got a split backfield. Kenny to the right. Robinson hands it to, no, it's a play action, and that was a pretty much surefire touchdown if Michael Smith could bring that one in.
I gotta say, interesting to throw the ball to a guy who's got a club for a hand.
That's a interesting decision. Maybe defense didn't see it coming.
I will say Robinson did target the useful hand, so he gets a little bit of points back there.
You know, I feel like as a defender, as a cornerback, some teams do drills where they tape a tennis ball to your hand to stop you from holding. If you have a club, there's no chance you hold. That might be, maybe all defenders, all linebackers going to have club hands. Stop holdings. As we see the I formation for the Rams, not something they've run a lot of plays out of today. Kenny gets the ball up the middle, gain of about 1 yard. Not much on that play.
Well, we saw that package earlier, but instead of Ryan Brooks and Henry Stein, you had Michael Smith and Hudson Kenny there, and I mean you had a good little 7-yard run from Stein earlier in the game, but not much of anything to write home about there.
Yep, this could be 3rd and 3 from the Falcons' 9-yard line. Rob, what do you call here?
I think you got to have, that call that you just missed is Michael Smith,
Brooks.
but you also had.
Brooksy has the
I'm
fullback.
thinking, it's gonna be another run. I'm thinking that same play you had to checker off earlier in the game.
It's a play action. Robinson escapes pressure. He's down at the 17, and it's my guy, the heat-seeking missile. Once again, Cooper Seek drags Robinson down at the 17-yard line. It was a play action, but the O-line really didn't hold up.
Yeah, well, we were talking about that O-line earlier. They were doing a great job, not really letting the D-line become a big factor in this game, but unfortunately, that one of the worst times that fell apart. There you had that coming. You had Robinson. He was trying to make something happen, some little razzle-dazzle, but all 5 guys are blitzing. They just got home.
Yeah, I was watching Tucker Stevens warm up before the second half. He missed some field goals to the high 40s, but a 40-yarder, this should be good. Hopefully I don't jinx him. This is a 39-yard kick. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. Sneaks right over the right goalpost there.
I gotta cross my fingers with you in the booth, man. You are coming too close with these announcer jinxes.
Well, I'm a lucky guy. I'm bringing luck to these Rams
All
right
right,
now.
I'll take it. So now you got a 13-point lead from the Rams here.
Yep.
Still a 2-point game.
Possession.
2-possession game, I apologize. Thanks for correcting me.
Of course. So Falcons are needing a touchdown here. A field goal is not going to cut it whatsoever. Time running out in this third quarter. You need a touchdown here. I think this plays right into Coach Ross' aggressive play calling. 4th down, there's no chance you're punting the ball here unless it's 4th in a country mile. I think Toothaker, he's going to make a play here, Rob. I think he's been silent the past 2 quarters. I think this is the drive that he's going to get something going, Rob.
Well, if you're Ludlowe, you got to be counting. Oh, wow, what a voice crack right there. You got to be counting on one of your guys to make a big play.
Yeah, we'll see who that is. Last drive, it was a lot of run plays, flipping the script on New Canaan, but we'll see what they do here. Mizona down at the 20-yard line for the Falcons. 48-5 on the clock in this third quarter. Falcons going to try to get something going here, Rob. So who do you think they need to target? Do you think they keep with the run game like last drive? But that took a lot of time off the clock, Rob.
Well, last drive, I mean, you were spreading the ball to everybody. That's what worked. That's what you got to do. But now you got to really start targeting the sideline because, I mean, you've only got a quarter and change left, and you still have to make it come back 2 possessions.
Yep.
So
we'll see what they do. We have trips left once again. And it's caught by Liam Bond. He gets to the sideline, tackled down by the Rams defender. It's Michael Smith once again.
Well, New Canaan sideline wanted a holding call against Ludlowe because it looked like Smith kind of got held back. I saw his hands kind of go up as if he was being held by the back of his jersey. I believe I heard Coach Katz say, "What is that, ref?"
It's Ref Appreciation Day. Can't diss talking. 2nd and 5 for the Falcons. Trips right. You got Toothaker, Menozzi, and Ramziata, the 3 right receivers to the top of the screen. And it's caught by Toothaker. Screen behind the line of scrimmage, and he makes a man miss, but he's down for a gain of about nothing, Rob.
Stupak just got blown up by Jack Kroll. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter. And we're going to send it down to John Frieders for talk about Henry Stein in that incredible third quarter that he just had. John?
Give it a moment. 27-14. We're going to send it down to John Frieders. John?
It was definitely an interesting sort of third quarter for the New Canaan Rams offense. They struggled a little bit. Tucker Stevens kicked a field goal. Other than that, though, the well kind of ran dry. The New Canaan offense did see the emergence of Henry Stein, though. Obviously, Henry Stein and Hudson Kenny are splitting carries in the backfield, but they used Henry Stein kind of a little play-action pass, which was a big yardage gainage. Expect them to use Stein a little bit more, mix in Hudson Kenny, and then kind of mix up their options, right? They have a bunch of wide receivers. They just need to figure out how those pieces come together. They have a lot of good pieces that are emerging. You had McInerney come back this year. They just need to figure out how to use them in one cohesive offense and kind of get Robinson comfortable with all of his different options. Rob, Henry, back to you guys.
Thank you, John, and we are back for the fourth quarter. It is the Fairfield Ludlowe Falcons ball. It is 3rd and 5 on the 25. Big play here, Rob, and we know Coach Ross not afraid to go for it on 4th down here. Hopefully they don't need to. See Bonds in the backfield left of Stupnak, and he throws it left side, caught by Palladino, and that's a 1st down Falcons.
That was exactly what I wanted to see right there. One of those little hook or snag throws right over the middle. Unfortunately, now you got the clock winding down in the 4th quarter. You got to be a lot more conservative now because you're not going to have much time, especially after New Cannon's done with the ball.
Yep. You got to expect that when the Rams get the ball next time, they're going to run it and avoid sidelines at all costs, Rob.
Absolutely. I mean, now the sideline is your friend here now if you're Ludlowe.
Oh,
so
of course.
They got to start running some out routes, I think. Maybe even some corner, get some chunk plays. Corner routes, I should say.
And breaking news, Toothaker is not on the field. Unless he changed cleats or something. I'm not seeing those neon green cleats out there.
Yeah, that was a nice little identifier.
Stupnak keeps it, throws over the middle, and pass broken up by the Rams. It's Michael Smith. Club hand punches that ball out, and that's a great play there.
Well, I should have looked at Ryan Torello down in the bottom of your screen in that Z position. I mean, he was wide open on a that was a bit of a long hitch route. You could even call it a curl. But he decided to force that one in, but Michael Smith's going to break that one up every time.
Torello, not a name we've called much this game. And breaking news from the NCAA world, Vanderbilt is up to 40-35 on Alabama Crimson Tide right now. Stupnak keeps the ball. He throws over the middle. Wide open receiver, and he misses him. Owen Sparks, wide open downfield, but Stupnak just puts a little too much air under that ball.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those plays that Stupnak is definitely going to wish that he could have back. I mean, I feel like that might even be the second throw that he's kind of just overthrown just by a little bit that could have resulted in a big-time play. And obviously he had that drop earlier, which might have even been a touchdown. I think he would have been dragged down.
But once again, 3rd down for the Falcons. 3rd and 10, Toothaker back out there. Let's see if my prediction can become reality. Toothaker will make a play. But you got your top 3 receivers to the bottom of the screen. Liam Bond at the halfback position. Stupnak throws over the middle, caught by Bond. And he's still on his feet up to the 45, 40. He's tackled down at the 37-yard line. Great play. Henry Stein-esque running with a man on his back. And he's down at the 38-yard line, Rob.
That's a breath of fresh air right there for the Ludlowe offense. I mean, you haven't really been able to get a lot of these big chunk plays, but hey, that's like a 20, 30-yard catch and run. And I mean, that's really going to start to set up the remainder of this drive.
Toothaker lined up at tailback here with Bond. Stoop back in the middle of them. Minozzi out to the bottom of your screen. Stupnak takes the ball. He's a play action. He throws out. And oh my God, what a catch! What a catch! Ramsey Otto with what might be the greatest high school catch I've ever seen.
That might be the greatest 2-3 yard catch that we will ever see. Or 7 yards. That might be the greatest 7 yard catch that you will ever see. Looked like Micah Hyde back when he was on the Packers versus the Vikings. Can we get a replay on this?
Lost for words.
We are in awe in the booth right now.
Oh my God. I mean, he just one hand.
Yeah, I hate to sound like an Uncle Rico right now. I made a catch like that in practice my sophomore year.
Sure.
I'm serious. I've got film on it.
I made one of those in the backyard with my dad. Listen, we've all had our highlights. Stupnak throws left side, and that is caught. Great catch by number 9 for the Falcons. That's Jake Palladino.
I got to say, these receivers are really putting their athleticism on display. Going up for big catches like that. We just saw from Palladino, and then that absolutely absurd backpack catch.
I mean, didn't even need to do that. It didn't look like he was getting held. He had that other arm free, I thought. Maybe did that little show off.
A little bit of a clip farming right there, you think?
Yep. Add that to the college film. Split backfield with Tompkins. He hasn't gotten a lot of reps since this second half has begun. And Toothaker in the backfield. It's a handoff to Toothaker, and he's making men miss. He's down at the 15-yard line.
I thought he might have gotten a little bit of a hole in the middle there, but decided to bounce that one to the outside or up the B gap.
Thought Stupak could have kept the ball there. It looked like it was an option play.
I guess not. You had Simon Chekhov kind of barreling down. He probably would have gotten there.
Yep, Brooks and Ryan Brooks for the Rams making a tackle. Tackles leader on the season so far up to this point. And it's 2nd and 6 at the 16 for the Rams.
Clock is still running, so if you're Ludlowe, you gotta start worrying about that now. Well, I think you got to start throwing the ball even more. You just can't be running it. You
have 3 timeouts. That's more than enough. If you get stops on defense, you will guarantee your offense a chance.
It's only a 13-point game, so even if you kick the extra point on both touchdowns, and say hypothetically you were getting
this is a timeout Falcons. That is horrible clock management. You can't afford to use a timeout there.
Yet another interesting clock management call made by Coach Ross down there.
Yep. While we're at this little break, love to give a shout out to my New York Mets winning 6-2 over the Philadelphia Phillies. Always love to see the team from New York win.
Yeah, can we talk about that Vanderbilt stunner right now?
That's incredible. I don't know if they still won, Rob.
Let's pull that up. You got to be kidding me. Vanderbilt pulled it out.
Vanderbilt just upset Alabama 40-35. Oh, my goodness. I remember Vanderbilt. I think they played Virginia Tech week 1.
Virginia Tech, yep.
And they stunned them there, right? Correct? They won?
Yes. I was watching that game. Yep. I thought Virginia Tech had it in the – I thought they had it in the bag,
incredible.
And then they just absolutely fumbled it in the last 4-6 minutes.
Vanderbilt. Alabama traveling to Vanderbilt saying, this is how we play SEC ball. Everyone knows that clip from the Vanderbilt defenders, but...
Well, I mean, theoretically, we are next in their schedule. Iconic Jalen Hurts quote.
Yeah, that game didn't turn out too well for Vanderbilt, but just a stunner.
Let's get back to New Canaan high school football.
Ludlowe Falcons, 2nd and 6 on the 16, just after using a timeout. Looks like they have an extra number 6 for the Rams out there. Michael Hiraman near Toothaker. This ball handed off to, no, it's not. It's a pass and dropped.
Honestly, it's probably better the ball falls to the ground there because, I mean, that's only going to be a short gain on 2nd down. But the clock stops. You're going to lose good amount of clock there, but now that it just falls to the ground, clock stops, you can just reset. I mean, you can still try to pick up this first down, but I think that's honestly the better play for the Falcons right there.
Ryan Minozzi, the sure-handed wide receiver, pretty much the number 2 receiver on this Falcons offense. He's gotten about 150 yards and up to this point in the season, and he's been great this game, but a drop there, maybe for the better, Rob. But right now, this is a big third down. I assume it's 4-down territory, especially with this coach. Stupak, and Bond in the backfield. He takes a snap. He looks left. He throws left. Hit by number 24 for the Rams, McInerney.
You got to wonder, did he get there too early?
I think he got there at the one.
Perfect timing right there. Yep. No Shadur.
See a replay there, and incredible play.
Yeah, great play by McInerney.
Ramsey Ada
forcing that right there.
Couldn't bring that one in. As the Rams.
We saw a 4th down earlier at 4th and 10 when Stupak and the Falcons decided to go for that, bit of a desperate shot, and it ended up being that interception by Mazza. I wonder if we're going to see a different story right there.
Yeah, this play is huge. This will completely flip the narrative if they get a touchdown here, and could put this one to bed almost. Not going to fully say this game is over if they don't get this, but it's looking grim if they don't get this.
They don't get this, might be the nail in the coffin.
Yep. Stupak, Bond in the backfield.
Possibly biggest play of the game right here.
He's rolling out right. He throws it into the end zone. Broken up by the Rams. Michael Smith, he's here, he's there, he's everywhere for this Rams defense. Breaking up a pass in the end zone. That would have been a touchdown.
Now the New Canaan offense is going to take over. Yeah. Still a long field, but I think you just got to try to run the clock out as much here. Don't go 3 and out. Don't give him enough time to still manage a comeback.
If you're going to give them the chance to have the ball, just make sure that the Falcons start the ball in their own red zone. You want to flip the field on them, run a couple minutes off this clock.
Gotta wonder if any of those second string, third string receivers are going to start to come in now.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those younger guys are.
Doesn't look like that'll happen yet for the Rams, as we still see Esposito and 5 wide at the moment.
I guess I was wrong. I guess we're not going to be seeing a lot of passing here, or a lot of running.
Might motion someone in here.
Yeah, I expect to see Stein come in the backfield maybe.
Stein staying in the slot for the moment. Got Liam Bond, the running back, covering the running back right now.
We talked to Marinelli. They said they're going to be aggressive.
That's caught by Valente, pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
I gotta say, I've been surprised with Valente's production so far this season. That's might be the first or second time we've called his name today. I mean, right now I think he's only got 3 catches for 21 yards and now 4 for about maybe 25 on the season. But in the Granite scrimmage game, we saw a lot of hitch routes thrown to him, and he was catching a lot of passes, which is how I figured he'd become one of those short down distance guys.
Rams hurrying back up to the line. They like the set that the Falcons defense is in. Robinson, design quarterback run. He's got blockers. He's cutting it out to the edge, makes a man miss, and he's got a first down. Robinson using those legs. That's the first time we've seen him do that tonight.
Yeah, a bit of a surprise there. Mm-hmm. We don't really see that a lot from Luke Robinson.
And stoppage and play.
Better not be Ludlowe calling any of their timeouts, right?
No shot.
I'm eyeing that timeouts left counter right there.
Just some stoppage and play, but
someone in the crowd wanted a penalty.
Rams starting this first down with 4 receivers to the bottom of your screen. Robinson on the right side of the field. Takes a snap, another quarterback run. He makes a man miss. He's got a gain of 4 out there.
Robinson, your biggest part, you just got to make sure that you're holding on to the ball. He kind of had it carried down low there. I was wondering if we're going to see another fumble. Right there, we had the New Canaan receivers out in a star formation, or I guess, yeah, that's what they called it. They hit 4 guys out. That's what we called star.
Brady Morrison with the tackle on this Falcons defense.
Buchanan offense still waiting for the play.
Yeah, they're taking their sweet time to get every play call.
That's exactly what you got to do with this type of game right now.
Robinson drops back to take a pass. He's unloading it downfield to Esposito, underthrown. He
Are you
makes the
kidding
catch
me?
at the 30.
On his head.
Head tap. Ryan Minozzi, you got mossed. Esposito with just an incredible catch over the head of the wide receiver / corner for Fairfield Ludlowe.
Wow. I mean,
this replay, that ball was about 40 yards in there, a little underthrown. Not underthrown, that's perfect spot.
Whenever I see Robinson take a shot downfield, I just get a little nervous just because that's never really been New Canaan's thing. But right there, I mean, Esposito's made a name for himself so far this season. You got to get the yards with your big guys, and I was not expecting to see that, especially in a drive right now where you're just trying to wind the clock down.
Do you think Coach Marinelli is keeping that foot on the gas?
Guess so. I mean, we talked to him. He said he's going to be aggressive. I don't know how many times we've said it tonight, but
yeah, he's in 8th gear right now, just full speed ahead with this Rams offense. Valente lined up as the tight end in the flat. This one handed off to Stein, gaining nothing. Stuff in the backfield.
not the worst thing in the world there. It's going to keep the clock running.
Yep, Sebastian Guzman and Cooper Seek there making the tackle. You know why I love Cooper Seek? He's got the old-fashioned neck roll. Little cowboy neck roll out there. Leighton Vander Esch, yep.
Yeah, Vander Esch. I was trying to think. I don't know why I was thinking Luke Van Ness from the Packers.
Gotta love a linebacker. We're rocking the old-school look. Tight sleeves out there.
Puts that fear in you if you're the offense.
Yep. No gloves, taped fingers, just a guy.
Those guys have earned the ability to wear those old neck thingies there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. There's just under 5 minutes in this fourth quarter. Rams having an incredible drive here. Esposito in motion. Robinson hands the ball off to Stein. He's found a hole, and he's on his feet still down at the 27-yard line.
Great blocking by Hickey and Brad Butine right there. I mean, yeah, Grant Hickey, he was pushing from the right guard. Oh, no, he pulled down to the left from the right guard position. And, I mean, for a guy that's making his first start ever as a lineman, that's a great play to see right there. I mean, that's something you'd expect to see from a guy like Ben Reagan, who just graduated, going to Dartmouth now this year. But, hey, if you're going to bring in the backup cornerback,
they're going to target him.
Good, yeah.
Stein on the bench this play. 3rd and 8 for the Rams. We see Michael Smith in the backfield.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier in the game.
Valente is the tight end. 2 receivers to the right. Robinson fakes the handoff. He rolls out right, back to the left. Dumps it, and just incomplete. Smart play there.
I was wondering if he was going to hit Koch on that sail route right there.
Don't want to put the ball in harm's way. Chris Collinsworth would call that a little Mahomey-type play.
Well, I was wondering if we were going to see another leak play that we saw to Koch on that touchdown earlier, but they picked up Michael Smith pretty well.
If Mike Smith gets a handoff, you think he holds it like LaShawn McCoy, a little out to his side with that one good hand right now?
Yeah, go for it.
It's gonna be a 45-yard kick for Stevens.
I mean, it's within his range. I've seen him knock down 50-yarders.
I saw him warming up the second half. He missed one from about 47 on the right side of the field. This one 45 from the left. We'll see if he can knock this one through. Robinson the hold. Snap. Hold. Kick is up, and it is good.
That's good.
Great
wow.
kick.
That's a huge kick right there. Because now I think that makes it a 16-point game.
Yep.
I don't know if you saw, but I don't know if you saw the New Canaan kick team. What they did, they squatted down, nice, all super fast. What that meant to do is to try to get the opposing team, the defense, to come up and give them an extra 5 yards on that offsides penalty. But as we've seen, this Falcons team is very disciplined. They didn't fall for it, but I mean, it still didn't matter because you got that 45-yarder right through the uprights.
Yep, extra 5 yards. Stevens doesn't need it. The Falcons, I mean, you gotta take shots downfield now. You're down 16, 3:49 to go. You have 3 timeouts. So if you can score in about a minute, maybe 2 minutes, you still have a chance to win, getting a stop with using your timeouts.
Something that I've seen in previous years is that New Canaan's defense isn't quite accustomed to that really fast pace, just hitting you hard right at the end of that play, the game right there. So I think that they're going to be able to move the ball down the field here. Whether or not they have enough time, that remains to be seen. But I think that we could see Ludlowe really start to drive it into New Canaan territory.
Falcons with 3 timeouts left. There's no 2-minute warning in high school football. So Stevens, will he go with the long kick? Pull out the driver or the pitch and wedge here on this kick. And That's a nice kick to Toothaker, who picks it up at the 10. Yeah. And tackled down at the 20-yard line. Rams coverage team right there. Same result if he had taken a fair catch.
I think that was Henry Stein there first, or was that Will Sullivan? Yeah, both of them got there
Both
at the same time.
Both of them got there. Rams defense going to be tested here. You know that the Falcons offense is going to be stretching the field, and they've been good stretching the field. They've gotten guys open. They just can't catch on the ball.
Well, we've talked about them spreading out the offense. Now's as good of a time to ever do so. Looks like New Canaan's going to have 3 safeties playing deep with Blake Schwartz, James McInerney, and Michael Smith. So it's going to be hard to it. So there's not going to be many of those open spots, but you got to attack the ones that you can find.
You got a nickel look on defense. Stupak checking the play sheet. He looks right, climbs the pocket, and he's running it. Stiff arm there, but down at the 24-yard line.
Well, there's that running ability that I talked about at the beginning of the second half.
Yeah, Will Sullivan trying to get stiff arm. He said, "No, I'm gonna take you down with your hand still on my helmet."
I wonder if it looks like Sullivan might have been in QB spy right there, trying to make sure that he didn't get any. Well, after you saw that first rushing play that set up a touchdown earlier in the game, that was probably an adjustment made by Coach Silvestri and Coach Miska.
Trips left. Stupnak throws it quick to Mazzoni, and he's up for short of a first down at the 31-yard line. Minozzi. It's going to be 3rd down, and I'm surprised they're taking so much time. They're doing short passes under 3 minutes to go in this football game, and they're just.
If you're Ludlowe, you can't be thinking that this game's over, right? You got to be playing until the last whistle. Especially right now until there's triple zeros.
And they're going to keep throwing it short. Liam Bond, actually a great play there.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and he got flipped. I don't know who took the worst out of that hit, Rams or Falcons, but great play. Ball at the 40-yard line here, and they got to hurry up. A lot of time ticking.
Every guy involved in that play is going to be feeling that one in the morning because that was just a hard collision everywhere.
I mean, it's been a minute off the clock almost, and they've gone 20 yards. You got to wonder, when will they try to stretch the field? And here's a screen to Toothaker. Little screen over the middle of the field. That's going to be 3 yards. Clock's going to keep running. This is incredible play calling. The Rams are loving this right now.
That was a jailbreak screen right there to Toothaker. We actually saw 2 years ago in the Cheshire playoff game, they had a play to Matt Jeffrey where he caught the ball around where Toothaker was, and he finished on the other side of the field with a gain of about 40 yards. Wonder if they're trying to make something, kind of Matt Jeffrey-esque work, but
that play
it wasn't meant to be.
Play works a lot in college football 25.
Yeah, if you're using Travis Hunter.
Yep. Stupak throws it over the middle, caught down at the 46-yard line for the Falcons. That's Timmy O'Neill. Haven't heard his name called much, and now the Falcons are in hurry-up mode. I wonder what changed here.
That's a play that should have been called a lot earlier in this drive, that's for sure.
No timeouts yet using. I mean, this is just insane to watch now. Taking a lot of time. This play should have been snapped at least 5 seconds ago. 2 receivers to each side. Stupnak throws downfield. Almost intercepted by Ryan Brooks. Saw him play offense a little, mainly as the fullback, but he had his hands on that one, and they couldn't get it down.
Yeah, even Mazza almost came away with that one.
A little tip drill there, but that one a little too behind Mazza.
Well, there they decided to send everybody deep. I don't know what Stupak was thinking by trying to force that one into. There's about 4 guys in the area. You got pretty lucky right there, because if one of those two, if Brooks or Mazza was able to come down with that, this game's over.
So you got to imagine the Falcons, they've called more than one play here. They call this one, they stay in bounds, hurry up, and just run the next one. Cannot be wasting time here. Stupnak throws downfield, intercepted by the Rams. Nail in the coffin. He's making a man miss. He's at the 45, 40, makes a man miss at the 30, 25, out of bounds. Incredible play. It's Michael Smith, Mr. Club Hand, ends the play. There is that flag on the play, holding on the Rams. Was that after the play?
Yeah, it was after the play, yes. One of the linemen was blasted on that block. Yeah, that was number 58, Leighton DeThomas. I wonder if they were a little bit of frustration that they were kind of trying to get out on that.
Incredible play by Michael Smith to get up and make that play. And the return, just as good. He got an extra 30 yards of field position. Of course, not all of it is going to count. because of the holding, but still a great play, and that should put this game to bed.
Yeah, I was about to say, I was wondering if they were going to, just trying to go down, trying to end the game.
Yeah.
Not risk a fumble.
He didn't want to.
Not that Michael Smith is going to be one of those guys that fumbles in such a pivotal moment like that. But
ball at the 45 of the Rams. And you think Ludlowe even bothers using their timeouts here?
I mean, at this point, you're just keeping everybody here longer. And I got to say, a lot of smiles on the New Canaan sideline right now.
I mean, everything that Coach Manelli talked to us about has been executed flawlessly. We saw the running back by committee. We saw Esposito make some plays. And we saw the defense completely stop Toothaker for nothing almost.
Well, I got to say, Coach Marinelli gave a lot of credit to his assistant coaches, such as Frank Rabassa, the defensive backs coach, Frank Archimone as well, and obviously Chris Silvestri and Jason Miska on the defensive side of the ball. And their efforts really have shown in this game, limiting such a great Falcons offense to only 14 points.
Yeah, one thing we saw that was interesting today in our interview, he gave a lot of credit to the Rams defensive players coming up with their own schemes and such. They're just going to let this clock run out, Rob, and Ludlowe's going to concede this game in the final minute. It was a great game from New Canaan today. 30-14 is going to be your final score. Rob, player of the game? You got one at the moment?
I mean, I think I just got to give it to that entire Rams defense because they were just relentless all around. I mean, even after some of those turnovers early in the first half, they just came out there, hit them hard, 11 hats to the ball all game. But if you wanted me to get any guy from that defense, I'm going with Michael Smith. Obviously, he just had that huge interception return. He had great special teams plays earlier, but I mean, he was just a dog, even with only one functioning hand as of right now.
Yep. My player of the game, I'm going with the guy on the other side of the field, Connor Mazza. He did an incredible job. Of course, got that insane interception. And, of course, he locked up Toothaker all game. I don't even know Toothaker's stat line. It was not pretty.
Got to give credit to that offense, though. I mean, for the most part, they were able to capitalize on every chance that the Falcons offense gave them.
The Rams up to 3-1 on the year. Ludlowe handed their first loss. Both teams 3-1 now.
I got to say, that's got to feel good after last week's loss for New Canaan.
Yep.
So now Ludlowe, they've got Stamford next week, that should be
good game.
Should be a game where they can have a sort of a New Canaan performance against them, or they can get back.
Who the Rams play next week? Do you know?
That's a good question.
Well, while we wait, we are expecting Coach Marinelli to meet with sideline reporter John Frieders. Before we get to that, it was an incredible game here. I'd like to thank all of the NCTV members who helped make this possible. Our producer, AJ Polici, incredible job. He was responsible for all those amazing graphics and when those popped up. Of course, we saw a great camera work by our cameramen and women. Our best sports broadcasting or TV broadcasting teacher in the country, Mr. Cebulski. He is responsible for letting me and Rob call this game for you guys. And as both team huddles, what do you think Coach Marinelli is telling his team that he's proud about today?
Well, I think he's telling them they've got a. Sorry, we got a little bit of chaos in the booth up here.
Yeah.
But I think Marinelli's congratulating them on the great win. So to answer your question, they're going into a bye week. So he's going to tell them, take the time off, recover, but don't try to look ahead because obviously we've seen that they're not invincible, they're not invulnerable. They can take losses to teams like Massac. So. And after this bye week, they're going to have their homecoming game against Staples. And that's always an interesting matchup. Yeah. Well, I believe Buchanan actually hasn't played Staples since 2019. So it'll be interesting.
Be set for a great game.
Yeah, I believe Staples, did they win their Class L championship last year?
I believe so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that home or away?
It's homecoming.
Homecoming.
Game.
Oh, wow. Big game.
So these stands will be packed.
Yep. So the Rams come away victory, 30-14. And I think some of the things that fell apart for this Falcons offense is the play calling ability by Coach Ross. Of course, the fourth down questions were always huge. They went for it some times where we really think they should have punted, Rob.
Absolutely.
Or, yeah, I mean, they gave the Rams the football on their own side of the field instead of punting it, giving their defense a chance to make a play. Of course, the punter, the first punt of the game, he muffed it, or not muffed it. It was a bad punt, about 20 yards, then out of the sideline. And of course, coach didn't trust the rest of the game. They decided to go for it, and 2 drives that didn't turn out. Those 2 drives end differently. This is a completely different ball game. And so, Rob, what do you think the defense of Fairfield Ludlowe has to work on this
Well,
week?
let me tell you about Fairfield Ludlowe. I think that their biggest flaw this week, or today, was their inability to make halftime. Well, they made halftime adjustments. It was just too little too late. Sorry about that. We're getting a little information coming in through the mic right now. But their biggest... All right, we're going to send it to Frieders right now. John Frieders, actually, for Sideline Report.
John?
Canaan Rams came out on top 30-14 tonight. They capitalized off some good turnovers, good offensive play, good defensive play, lots of things that they can improve on. But they play their next game, which is homecoming in 13 days against Staples. Big time matchup, but they'll definitely have a lot of time to fix up the things that they saw didn't go as well as they would have liked tonight, and then really lock in, prepare for that second half of the schedule. They'll play Staples, they'll play Wilton, and then it'll all come down to the Turkey Bowl on Thanksgiving, the most famous rivalry in the state of Connecticut, New Canaan, Darien. That's looking a bit ahead, but New Canaan comes out victorious, 30-14. Ludlowe, on the other hand, now not undefeated. Both teams now sit at 3-1. Ludlowe has to go back to the drawing board. Obviously, they played a tough New Canaan team tonight, ranked 7th in the state. But we'll see what happens on both these sides. Both teams going to go back to the drawing board, kind of recollect their thoughts, improve on what they can improve on, and then capitalize, take away the good things that they saw tonight. Rob, Henry, back to you guys.
Thank you, John. And before we sign off, we would just like to say a special thanks to everyone that helped out with this crew, made this game possible. Of course, our producer, AJ Polici, and all of our camera staff and replay staff, audio staff, PJ Neville, Ryan Bell, everyone that helped out with this game. And Rob, it was definitely a steady game. I know I'm out of breath. I assume you're out of breath. But got to save our voices. Got to be on our TVs tomorrow because it's Sunday. And
Absolutely.
that means football. Got to see my Giants get crushed tomorrow.
Yeah, same thing for the Patriots.
Oh, yeah, rough games coming up for us. Thank you for listening, guys. My name's Henry Lapin. This is Rob Frangione. And this is our first game. Calling for you guys. And could not be more excited to bring you guys more Rams football coming this year. So we'll see you next time. Good night. Here are our sponsors.
This game is sponsored by our NC Rams All Sports Booster Club Platinum and Gold sponsors. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Anderson Kenny Architecture, a full-service practice that encompasses a range of commission, residential, and commercial projects. Each project is a thoughtful collaboration tailored for clients and their needs. The outcome is highly personal, constructed with intention and integrity. We would like to thank our Platinum sponsor, Dr. William Fessler of Fessler Family Dentistry, the dental office for your entire family's dental needs. At William Fessler Family Dentistry, smile, you're in good hands. Platinum sponsor Frangione Engineering. Planning on putting a pool or addition onto your house? Are you having drainage issues on your property? Frangione Engineering can help you find a solution. Platinum sponsors and NCHS alumni Leo and Steve Carl of Carl Chevrolet have been proud supporters of local athletic programs for generations. Their dealership has been serving Fairfield County since 1927. Their team is ready to assist you with all of your automotive needs. Platinum sponsor Manfredi Jewels. Manfredi Jewels, your local official Rolex jeweler, is excited to continue carrying the finest jewelry and watch brands and welcome the New Canaan community to their newly renovated store this fall. Go Rams. Platinum sponsor Renaissance Partners, a family-owned and New Canaan-based residential building and remodeling company serving all of Fairfield County. Platinum sponsor Walter Stewart's. Walter Stewart's market has supported NC Rams athletics and your entire New Canaan community for years. Walter Stewart's is your fresh local market. We'd also like to thank our gold sponsor Performance Optimal Health, who proudly supports all New Canaan Rams athletes in their 2023-2024 seasons. Their team helps clients achieve their health goals through exercise, recovery, nutrition, and stress management. They offer their congratulations to all teams competing this season. Again, a big thank you to all of our sponsors. The NC Rams All Sports Booster Club supports all New Canaan High School athletics. Go Rams.
If you want to stay updated on all our Rams sports, please follow us on Instagram and Twitter at NCTV78. And in order to watch our bi-weekly broadcasts, live streams of the NCHS sports, and our podcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel also at NCTV78. Thank you, and let's go Rams!